Good evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here with some more Hearthstone Arena action. We're playing a priest, and honestly had two very comfortable wins. I don't think this is the strongest priest deck ever because it only has one Shadow Word Pain, it has no Holy Novas, and it has no Shadow Word Deaths. I feel like that's a lot of key cards missing. Also, notable omissions are Northshire Cleric and Lightspawn, which I would have liked to have. So, there's a lot of stuff missing here, and the curve isn't perfect, but it does have a pretty strong endgame and a lot of 4-drops. So as long as I don't get terrible draws like this one all the time, I think I should be able to perform pretty well. Priest is, I believe, still my absolute most... Oh god, that was like a hand of 4 and aboves, mulligan into another hand of 4 and aboves. Priest is my most consistent class for getting to 6 wins. Even though I don't actually have the highest average with Priest, it is the class I get to 6 wins with more often than any other class. I'm actually looking at my stats now here behind the scenes, so I can tell you the exact number. Oh boy, I hope I really top deck my way out of this awful draw. That's... I mean, like, if you get to turn 4, you know, and you play your, whatever, Twilight Drake, that's great. But the problem is that if my opponent gets off to a fast start, and the Twilight Drake can't clean up his board because he has removal for it, I'm screwed. Okay, he's got a slow start as well. That's incredibly good news. Yeah, I have an 83% success rate for getting to 6 wins or higher with Priest. Next highest is Warrior with 72. That's, like, pretty significant. So Priest is just a very consistent class, and I foresee that will still be the case. Okay, so we're just trading our hero abilities against each other. I guess technically he comes out ahead because he got an armor and I didn't, but that's really immaterial. I'm glad that he passed on turn 1 and 2, because if he hadn't, I'd be in trouble. Okay, so he's got Flesh-Eating Ghoul. I can answer that with Mass Dispel, but I can also answer it with Twilight Drake and Sentient Shield Master. Let's... I mean, actually, really, any of my 4-drops will answer this. This is one of those moments where it's like the little things that make all the difference. I think the right move is to play the Twilight Drake, because you don't need the taunt right here. And this is the hardest for a druid to kill. He can silence it, of course. Oh, you know what? What am I doing? That probably... Because now if he has an Ironbeak Owl, he can actually silence and kill this. This is not the hardest thing for him to kill. But I guess as long as he doesn't have an Ironbeak Owl, it will kill the Flesh-Eating Ghoul, and let's tell about it. Alright, yeah. So this is good. So my play kind of worked, although it's definitely there's a little bit of a risk to it. Okay. So... Mass Dispel is extremely interesting here because it gets rid of the Divine Shield and the Flesh-Eating Ghoul's thing, although that doesn't really matter. It would just get rid of the Divine Shield. That's probably not worth it. Okay, we'll just go ahead and play Ascension. So we'll kill the Flesh-Eating Ghoul. I've got 2 creatures at 5 health, which is tough for a druid to deal with. Dark Iron Dwarf would be pretty spectacular. Or something to buff this so you can kill it, popping a Divine Shield for the sake of that. But then I can actually kill it with a Twilight Drake, and the Twilight Drake still lives. I mean, basically, I just had a turn 4 Twilight Drake after passing, and I'm the second player, so I had 1 extra card. I used the coin to coin this out, so I didn't have the coin in my hand, but I did have 1 extra card just for being second player. So it was just a huge Twilight Drake, and because he passed on turn 1 and 2, he wasn't able to capitalize on my slow start. So he will get to kill this engine, but the good news is that I can actually kill this, this guy here. I don't know what to tell about it. Still don't think it's correct to play Mass Dispel at the expense of putting a creature out. Yeah, what we'll do is we'll kill this, and the Darkscale Healer is shockingly good right here. I got it out before I got my Soul Priest out, and what this means is that now my Drake does not die to swipe or to shapeshift. So if he wants to kill it, he can use the Shattered Sun Cleric, but now this Drake killed a Flesh-Eating Ghoul, a Silver Moon Guardian, and a Shattered Sun Cleric. I'd say in that case that was a pretty value Drake. So, okay, it was a bit of a risk playing this on turn 4 because of the silence potential, but it ended up being okay. And now I'm in really good shape. I got a lot of different things I could do. I could play an Ogre, of course, but I want to kill this thing, and I could kill it by playing Soul Priest, Burn, and use the Darkscale Healer. Now the problem with that is that then Swipe will actually let him clear my board. Do I want to run headlong into Swipe like that? I don't actually think I do. So we will just play a Boulder Fist Ogre, and we're going to pass the turn. So the idea here is that he can now kill my Darkscale Healer with the Druid and Shapeshift. Or I guess he could still do... No, yeah. He cannot clear my board with a swipe anymore, which is important to me. But that is 2 of his mana to shapeshift and kill this thing. And then this guy, I can burn him out with a Soul Priest plus hero ability next turn, which is fine by me. Plus, Thoughtsteal should be pretty good in the end game. Druids do have lots of big things. I will admit, not killing this when I had the chance, definitely, we can say, debatable move. Ironforge Rifleman, that's annoying. So, the only thing I can say is that is annoying. Alright. I could play Soul Priest, burn this thing, the Flesh-Eating Ghoul grows, kill it, this thing's at 3 health, dies the Rifleman plus Shapeshift. One option. Another option is I could play Mass Dispel. That would let me get at the ghoul, but that would leave this thing alive as well, so that doesn't seem that good. I could also just play a Sea Giant and just hit this straight up. I kind of like this move, though, with the Soul Priest. Yeah, we'll just do that. It does damage my Ogre a bit more, but I think I'm still in pretty good shape. So he's up to 5 cards, and I'm up to 6. Soon to be 7. And I've got a much bigger board than he does. He can trade the 2/2 for the 6/3 with the help of Shapeshift or Swipe. But what's important... Oh, no, Swipe does clear my board. God damn it, I hate Swipe so much. Yeah, he runs the Rifleman into my Ogre, swipes the Alkanai Soul Priest, and Shapeshifts to finish off the Soul Priest, and then the Swipe will also strayly kill my Ogre. So, yeah, maybe that wasn't the right play, because it does run into Swipe as a board clear, and I should have just done it differently. I could have left more of his creatures alive and put a Sea Giant out, which would have been more resistant to his removal. He's saying a natural mistake. I don't know why that would be a mistake. Maybe he didn't mean to do that. Maybe he meant to play an Ironbark Protector in his hand or something. I don't know. So, I might be catching a break here. Nope, he's got Swipe. Was he actually telling me that I made a mistake? That's a bit dickish. He's got Swipe. Okay, so he had the Swipe. You can see I called that quite accurately there. But he didn't have anything for 2 mana. And I'm still really ahead on cards. So we're just going to go ahead and... I don't want to Thoughtsteal. I just want to play out my stuff. Pretty safe from all of a Druid's removal with these 3 toughness creatures. Obviously it would be a different story against a Mage, but Starfall Swipe, just all not good enough here. And he's already used 1 Swipe anyway. And then now Sea Giants are cheap. So unless he does clear my board with like a double Swipe or something, which would clear it. Oh god, well that would... Okay, so Swipe will now clear my board. Does he actually have it? He has a second Swipe. Well, that sucked. That sucked, and what it sucked was a load of dongs. So I did a good job of not playing into Swipe once, but then I failed to play around it on the second turn. Although, granted, he had a lot of minions, so I don't know if there was really a way to play around Swipe on that turn. But then last turn I just played into a somewhat safe situation that wasn't quite safe enough, apparently. He's now got +2 spell damage, which means he could actually almost kill this with like a Starfire. But no, Druid of the Claw, just making a 4/6 taunt. Okay, fine enough. Here, I think I want to Mass Dispel and play a Sea Giant. But let's do that, because you should always draw cards first. Holy Smite, not relevant. Play a Sea Giant, and then, do I take the time to kill his stuff? Yeah, I think so. I don't want to take any chances here. I've got I got an 8/8 and an 8/4. I've got card draw out the butthole, so I think I just want to take it slow, because I've got this in the long run. Cult Master, that's annoying. So he's going to get a card for that Drake. That Drake drew him a card coming in, and it's going to draw him a card coming out. Frostwolf Warlord gets played after I use my Mass Dispel, which is annoying. So I'll take most of the damage off of my Sea Giant. But anyway, I've still got 2 Thoughtsteals here. Pretty smart move, I think, to trade the Dalaran Magen for a card via the Cult Master. But still, I should be fine with the Thoughtsteals and having a Holy Smite to kill that. Okay. So, 3rd Thoughtsteal. Well, we're definitely going to Thoughtsteal once. Whoa! That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Do I play that right now? I don't think I actually play that right now. I want to save mana for Holy Smite on this. Do I heal this thing? I think I actually want to heal that thing. Yeah, so I'm going to heal this up. Well, no, I'm going to Thought Steal first. Always draw cards first. Okay, does that change what I'm doing? No, but I've got a handful of really amazing cards. So let's Holy Smite that Cult Master. Heal my Sea Giant. Kill that Frostwolf Warlord. Again, we're just taking it real slow here. So he's got five cards to my 6, soon to be 7. I still have this thing. He can kill it for 2 mana and 7 damage. Then I've got a 5/10 Taunter, Druid of the Claw. I've just got so much good stuff. It's insane right now. He'd have to have like Ironbark. He'd have to have like an Ironbark Protector here for me to really be in any sort of danger. Demolisher is not what he needs, although I can't kill it. Okay, well, 2 Demolishers is actually kind of scary. Oh my god, okay. Well, it was a decent turn for him, I gotta be honest. Shattered Sun Cleric, not super helpful here. So do I play a couple of mid-range creatures, or do I just play this one Ancient of War? Let's actually play this for the charge. I think it's actually worth it to kill this Demolisher off. Let's play a Yeti. So just one Demolisher. It hits the guy that I didn't want it to hit. But the good news is my board is still better than his, even after he shapeshifts to kill this. I'm still better than he is. I have a health advantage, card advantage, board advantage, really every kind of advantage. Unless, of course, he gets to play like an Ironbark Protector right now, in which case everything changes. But he didn't have an Ironbark Protector. Okay, well, he's got an Ironbark Protector. That's annoying. Okay. Oh, and of course that thing gets buffed. Nice. Alright, am I actually going to lose this? Let's see, I need to deal 5 more damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, my hand is forced. That Ironbark Protector has to die. It's a little bit unfortunate that I had to do everything there. But the nice thing is with Savage Roar, we get to hear the priest attack, by the way. By the light. I get to kill that young priestess. Pretty good Savage Roar. My friend Dan was actually telling me that Savage Roar is something I've been underrating a little bit, and I think he's right. I think that was incredibly good right there, even used less than optimally. Does he have another Ironbark Protector? No, he doesn't. He's gonna make us for a taunt. He's gonna play those. This stupid card, it's bad, but it is good against me. And then the Demolisher gets to kill my Shattered Sun Cleric. Fair enough. So the problem now is that I can't get past this Taunter, unfortunately. And he's got this board of crap, and I have no Holy Nova. Luckily, I can Thought Steal and play one of these things. Actually, no, what I want to do... Well, I could buff this health, attack, and heal, but this thing doesn't die. It seems kind of pointless. I want to Thought Steal and play the Ancient of War. So let's Thought Steal first. Always draw cards first. We have Claw and Savage Roar. That's cute. But let's just go ahead and drop my 5/10 Taunter and end the turn. Demolisher, pretty good at hitting the right target, but this is protected by my 5/10 Taunt, so he needs a silence now more than ever. 10 health, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He can't quite bust through it, but he needs only 1 point of buffing to get past this thing. Wow. Well, that's serious. 12 health is a lot of health for me to chew through. That is a fact. Man, plus 5 spell damage. I mean, if you let your opponent untap with that, you're in real trouble. Okay, can I actually kill it? Savage Roar would let the dwarf kill the Druid of the Claw. Then I'd have 7 damage here. Plus 2 is 9. Plus 2 is 11. I can get up to 11, but not 12. Crap. 7 plus 4 is 11. Wait, no, 5. 5 plus 4 is 9. 9 plus 2 is... Yeah, I'm 1 short of being able to kill this, sadly, and tragically. So I think we need to just hope for the best, honestly. Let's beef up our Taunter to the greatest extent that we humanly can. That might have been that might have been a mistake. I probably should have buffed the dwarf so that the dwarf would actually kill that and survive. That was probably a mistake. Well, let's Savage Roar again. Let the dwarf kill that thing. Let my guy kill the Demolisher off. Kill that thing off. And end the turn. Okay. So swipe would be pretty epic. It would be 10 damage. Sorry, 9 damage to one thing and 6 damage to everything else. He could actually, like, almost kill everything I have. He's already used 2 swipes. Does he have it? He has Savage Roar. Is that enough to kill me? No, because I've got this 12-point taunter. So that's actually okay. I think I'm alright with this. He's pretty much blown his whole load here, and when the smoke is all cleared, I've got cards and he doesn't. I should be okay. Against Armageddon, the improperly spelled druid. Alright, so he played that very intelligently. He cleared out my board and left himself with this 6-7, now to be 4-7. Shadow Word Pain does not kill this, but I can at least play this at a Temple Enforcer. I'm past turn. Now he can actually kill me here, I think, with a swipe. No, he couldn't kill me with a swipe. It'd be 9 damage plus 4. Yeah, he couldn't quite kill me with a swipe. But he's been holding up pretty well considering how much card advantage I've had. Maybe I could have played things a little bit more precisely the previous turn if I had buffed the health of my dwarf. Yeah, that probably would have been better. I would have had an extra creature on the board. Is he actually going to kill me? Oh my gosh. What is this? No. I was going to put that back in his hand. Okay, well, whatever. That's fine. That is totally fine. Okay. Do I pop Divine Shield to kill that? Wait, can I win the game right now? I should check that. Oh, I can! 9 plus 2 is 11. God damn it. Always look for the win, kids. Always look for the win. This is something you don't often get to do. By the light. Kill an opponent with a direct priest attack. Okay, sweet. Almost missed the win there. Close game, but those 3 thought steals were the key to my victory. I was like going up 3 cards essentially, and then I had all these big things to play. But really, it all started with him not having a fast start. If he had a fast start, like even if he had had that panda to play on turn 2, then my coin 3 Twilight Drake wouldn't have... Well, it might not have been fast enough. It might not have been just enough to deal with his start. Of course, if I had a really fast start, like if I had things to play on turn 2 and 3, like if I had my Fairy Dragon and my like Razorven Hunter, I would have probably blown him out in that game. Lots of slow games in this run. Sullivan the Mage, again, not ever happy to be playing mages exactly, but happier as a priest than anyone else. I will mulligan the Thought Seal because I got 3 of those, and I don't want a handful of them. I want to actually have creatures to play, ideally. And it didn't happen. Well, like I said, in the first game where I opened up with 2 2-drops and 2 3-drops, that was extremely lucky. I think we're seeing now kind of the more typical problems this deck might run into. Oh, my opponent's fingering cards. She's got something to play. And it's a Mana Worm, motherfucker. I hate Mana Worms. Well, once I drop deck a Fairy Dragon, I'm kind of in trouble. This I will play on turn 3 just as a 3-2 for 3, which is awful, but it's better than playing nothing. It'd be tempting to Thought Steal to get a card up, but having cards is no good if you're dead. She, of course, has the coin, because of course she does. Arcane Intellect. Well, okay, so it's bad because it gives her card advantage. I mean, bad from my perspective, but it's good in that it doesn't put anything on the board for her. So I can just play the Shattered Sun Cleric, waste it, 3-2 for 3 mana, woo, and then threaten to kill this 1-drop that she had. And then, but I mean, I might be able to get away with murder because I can start playing my other drops now. Right, so that Mana Worm is officially out of control. Mirror Image, you've got to be fucking kidding me. This is ridiculous. Well, now I'm in serious trouble. I'll play this. I hate Mana Worms so much. This is just a great illustration of why that card is ridiculous. So now we got these Mirror Images, which stop me from getting at the Mana Worm with my Silver Moon Guardian, and on top of that, I don't have any Holy Novas in the deck to clear those out with, so it's actually really difficult for me to get through. She's going to be able to kill this guy pretty easily by popping the Divine Shield, and meanwhile the Mana Worm just no swings for 5 motherfucking damage every round, so that's great. I have to play Senjin, I just have to. Because it's anything to stop this Mana Worm from getting through. So all she needs is a Fireball, and she pretty much wins. Then she's going to swing for like 9 damage with the help of this Mana fucking Worm. Kill off the Senjin with the Fireball, or even a Polymorph, swing for 9 damage, and it's just over. God, this is a friggin' dumb game. Alright, she's gonna ping off the Senjin. I don't know, I guess we'll see why she would do that. Maybe she has a Shattered Sun Cleric? Nope, she has a Secret. I don't actually know why she pinged the Senjin. Would have made more sense, I think, to ping off the Silver Moon Guardian, kill the Senjin with the Mana Worm, and then have the Divine Shield popped so that it dies to the Violet Teacher. Yeah, I don't understand what she did. I would have traded the Mana Worm for Sen'jin, popped Divine Shield with the hero ability, and then used the Violet Teacher to kill this off. Now, I see what she's doing. She was greedy. She actually wanted to keep her Mana Worm alive. Interesting choice of play. I don't think I agree with her move. Okay, well, I can play Soul Priest, burn the Violet Teacher, kill that, and then kill the Mana Worm. Another option is just to play Shadow Word Pain to kill the Violet Teacher, and the reason for that is then I can heal. That doesn't work very well. I could play this to heal up as well to stop my Sen'jin from dying to the Fire Blast. Do I want to be concerned about this being a mirror image? I can't. I have to just play into it. Or sorry, mirror entity. Okay, it's not mirror entity, thank goodness. So what's more important to me, the Divine Shield or this guy? I think a half-dead creature is better than an already dead creature. So we'll do it like this. And we know now it's not mirror entity, which is nice. Cannot play the Darkscale Healer as long as this is in play, because that would burn my whole team. I think that was the right move. So now the Sen'jin can die, but that's a third of her mana. She might not want to do that. Yeah, she seems to have a better use for her mana here. Lord of the Arena, actually not that bad, I will be honest, because I can burn plus trade away my 3/3, and that's fine. Or, no, burn plus Stormpike isn't enough to kill it. Although I could play the Stormpike instead of burning. Okay, I think I want to do it like this. And the reason for that is I want this Cobra in play. Do I? Crap. Do I really want this in play? At the expense of Thought Stealing? Yeah, I want this Cobra in play. So risking a Vaporize here, that's not the end of the world if it's Vaporize. I'll be okay with it. It is Ice Barrier, which is the best possible thing. I couldn't care less how much health she has. 30 is already plenty. Like, if I win, it's going to be through control, not through any kind of burnination of the countryside. Still can't play the Darkscale Healer. Questing Adventure worries me. It means she has removal for the Cobra, because otherwise she would not have played a Questing Adventure in front of a Cobra. Code of Cold. Oh, interesting. So it's not exactly removal for the Cobra. It just sort of delays the inevitable. Okay, I could play the Pyromancer, Thought Steal, deal damage to everything, and then burn this thing out. But I think I'd rather just... Yeah, let's just keep it simple, keep it safe, shall we? Shoot it and burn it. Pass the turn. So now my whole team does die to a Flame Strike. That leaves her, though, with 4 cards to my 6. Plus I'm getting more with Thought Steal. So I think actually Flame Strike favors me here. I think I would rather she not play a Flame Strike. But even if she does play Flame Strike, I'm totally fine. By my estimation. No Flame Strike this time. This stealthy thing does not die to my heal. She's going to Frost Nova, which essentially is like going down a card for nothing. She apparently has something she wants to not die to that Cobra. Okay, well, I got nothing to do. I can't play the Darkscale Healer. It kills off everything I have. Don't want to play the Wild Pyromancer before the Thought Steals, so we are going to Thought Steal. Oh, wow, that's pretty nice. Pretty nice. Do I Thought Steal again, or do I play this Violet Teacher? Yeah, I'll play Violet Teacher. Do I play the Wild Pyromancer? Let's hang on to the Wild Pyromancer. It's going to burn her face. And pass the turn. So now she can ping off the Cobra. She can Jungle Panther to kill the Soul Priest. And then play whatever it is that she's wanted to play and couldn't this entire time. So Shadow Word Pain is probably not going to be relevant this turn. There's the Ogre. Yep, she had something. So I read her correctly. Sea Giant. Well, let's think about this. Play Sea Giant. Frost Bolt. Take this down to 4 health. And freeze it. I can burn it as well, down to 2 health. Interesting. And I'm getting Violet Students. Actually, I should do this first, shouldn't I? Yeah, let's actually do it like this. I'm gonna Frostbolt to get a student. And do that. Then I'm going to... Wait, no. Holy Smite first to get another student. And the ogre still lives. I want this ogre to die at the last possible moment so I can play a sea giant. Now I can burn this ogre to death. My opponent really should have probably killed this soul priest. And I am going to just trade in my dude for that panther to stop the panther from killing my soul priest. Do I play a pyromancer? No, because I want to be able to thought steal without losing my students. If I have a wild pyromancer on the board and I play thought steal, my violet students are going to die. I'd rather play thought steal, get another violet student, and then not have them all die, obviously. Flame Strike is underwhelming because my sea giant survives. And that was her whole turn, not even killing my board. So I'd say I'm in really good shape now. Okay. Temple Enforcer or the healer? I'm actually going to play the healer, and the reason for that is if I stay at 13 health, a pair of fireballs will kill me. I don't want to play into death, no matter how unlikely it is. I'm actually going to thought steal first. See what I get. Fireball and polymorph. That's pretty good thought steal. I'm going to swing. Now, do I heal myself or do I heal my giant? If I heal the giant, it'll survive against a fireball. I'm actually going to heal the giant. Because at 15, I will not... I don't believe a mage can burn out for 15 damage. Fireball, fireball. Actually, she can. Fireball, frostbolt will kill me right now. That's pretty improbable, though. And I want this to not be dying to fireballs, is the point. Secret. Okay. Crap. Well, I think there's a little bit of a risk to fireball because this could be spellbender or something, but I'll take that risk. Okay, it's not spellbender or counterspell, which is good. We're gonna play a warden. Just check for mirror entity. It's not mirror entity. I will now heal up. Check for vaporize. It's a second ice barrier. I couldn't care less. And this is not a paladin, this is a mage. This is a mage who's pretty much out of steam. I'm going to leave that loot hoarder alive. The warden should take care of that. So now I'm actually ahead on health, board, and cards. I'd say that I'm in very good shape. Plus I have a little bit more gas here, and a little bit of removal here. And actually, this will remove anything, which is nice. I don't think I've ever had anyone play Malygos against me in the arena, or possibly ever. That was cool. That was cool to see it played. It's a very expensive card, but oh my god, is it terrifying when your opponent suddenly has, like, you know, spell damage +5 and you can't kill it. It's kind of a sweet card. I almost want to play it in Constructed, even if it's not probably technically Constructed playable. My opponent is thinking up a storm here. Finally decides to cash out that loot hoarder for a card. Polymorph for my sea giant. Fireball for my yeti. And then, okay, so I think she's in a lot of trouble because I still have a creature and I've got a 6/6 coming down. So, hang on, do I buff that or do I buff the Stormwind Knight? I think I'd actually rather buff the Stormwind Knight. So yeah, my opponent's in a lot of trouble. I have a removal spell for anything she might play. Unlike a mage, I cannot kill off the sheep, but I can kill off anything she could play. And I'm threatening a lethal pretty soon here. War Golem, not a problem. Secret, okay. Secrets. Let's see, 6, 8, 9. I cannot kill her yet. Well, let's check for Mirror Entity. It is not Mirror Entity. Okay, we'll swing that to check for Vaporize. Oh, we do finally run up against a Vaporize. You know, maybe I shouldn't have done that because now my Taunter died. Maybe I should have checked for Vaporize with that. If I polymorph the War Golem, everything takes a damage, which is honestly better than the alternative. Let's just play that. Oh, I actually didn't notice that. I didn't notice that because of the Wild Pyromancer, Polymorph is a kill. Huh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, anyway, now we should be good. Flame Strike doesn't kill the Stormwind Knight, although then she lives with 1 health. Okay, so Flame Strike could have bought her some time, but luckily she didn't have it, so that's the game. So this is actually a really rare arena. It seems like most of the time, my first couple of games are actually harder than the next couple, but this is the reverse. My first couple of games are pretty easy. And then those last 2 against that Druid and that Mage were pretty tough, I think. So this deck's being put through the paces. But I'm pretty happy to be 4-0 after such a long time away. I don't feel rusty. I actually feel kind of rejuvenated because I haven't played in a while. It's always fun to play after a long break. And I'm going to hopefully finish that daily quest. I'm hopefully not going to lose all 3 games in a row, in which case I'll have a daily quest free for tomorrow. And I can actually start making gold again. 1 noob army. Nice. Shaman. Always happy to play a shaman. They are strong. I'm not happy to play them because they suck, but I'm happy to play them because it's a fun class. I'm happy to see them in the arena. So I'll keep the Drake around. It's a little bit risky keeping it around simply because if I get a really slow start, it might not be enough. But as player 2, I mean, if you do get the opportunity to play this on turn 4 for something huge, it's pretty great. Well, anyway, Leper Gnome for a fast start from my opponent here. I will play Bloodsail Raider. Try to see if I can kill the Leper Gnome that way. Shamans could kill this with a Rockbiter weapon or a Lightning Bolt. Stormforged Axe would let the Leper Gnome trade up, essentially. Abusive Sergeant would let him trade up. Oh my god, this is full-on aggro here. Holy crap. Wow. Alright, well, let's do this, for sure. And I could Shadow Word Pain, or I could heal this up and try to use this to kill the Leper Gnome. This is a bit risky, folks. I'm not going to lie, that's a little bit risky. So I didn't put this Fairy Dragon on. I'm trying to get card advantage, because I feel like if I can, given how my opponent's playing, I should be able to win. If this deck is so aggressive that it's running 2 Leper Gnomes. Okay, he's got an Imp Master, which is interesting because it means that after I kill the Leper Gnome off, the Imp will be able to finish off my Bloodsail Raider. However, I feel like that's alright. Let's just kill the Leper Gnome off. Now, I could heal this again. I could, like, repeat what I did last time. You know what I'm going to do? Yes. Well, hang on. I could play Shadow Word Pain to kill this off. Imp kills that. And then he's basically got turn 4. And then in response, I'll have a Twilight Drake, which will be a 4/6. That's tempting. If I play the Fairy Dragon, he could potentially play... Oh, yeah, Fairy Dragon runs into Forked Lightning. Yeah, let's just heal this up. Wait, if I heal this up, I mean, more imps are going to pop out. Let's not do that. Let's use Shadow Word Pain. I could actually Holy Smite that, but that's silly. Let's not do that. Let's pass the turn. Okay, so we're going to play a 4/6 Twilight Drake. It does die to Earth Shock. Hopefully it doesn't have one of those. But other than that, we should be good. He dealt some damage to me with those Leper Gnomes, but this powerhouse Bloodsail Raider killed 2 Leper Gnomes before dropping. Okay. Well, the Fairy Dragon, I'll change my plans a little bit now. Let's actually play the Stormwind Knight. Kill the Fairy Dragon, so... It's not exactly card advantage, because now this 2/3 gets to kill my 2/2 and live to tell about it. But I like keeping the board clear. He's going to do that. Okay, well, that's only fair, I suppose. These 3 toughness guys are kind of irritating because I'm holding Holy Smite. But Senjin, yeah, that's pretty good. I'm not going to Holy Smite here, but this is really awesome. It's difficult for a Shaman to kill this. He'd need to either 2-for-1 or use a Hex. No Hex here. Hopefully not a Taunt. Good. My Senjin is going to start to clean house now. Okay. I can even play a Sea Giant this turn. Or I could play the Soul Priest and burn a Totem. Or I could play the Darkscale Healer and heal up. Lots of different options here. After killing one of these guys, he's at 3 health. Yeah, we're going to do this. It is a little bit risky not playing a Sea Giant when you've got the chance. But the reason I like this play is that now this guy should survive because the Senjin survived. My opponent demonstrated last turn he didn't have removal for this. So if he uses the Yeti to run in and attack this and kill it, then this survives and I can then burn off the Yeti. And it looks like my gamble worked out here because he is now going to use the Yeti to kill my Senjin, So my guy is around, and I can burn the Yeti off. Okay, can I play something else and the Sea Giant? Oh, if I play the Twilight Drake, I'll have 3 mana left. This will cost 4. It doesn't work. Ah, it's unfortunate. I could play the Fairy Dragon in this, but yeah, okay. So what I'm going to do is play a Sea Giant first, burn off the Yeti, and kill the Manatide Totem to stop him from drawing more cards. So my board's bigger than his and I have card advantage. This is a pretty recurring pattern in my games, right? I'm really good with this deck at getting card advantage against my opponents. Hopefully not a taunt. It's again not a taunt. That's excellent. Flame Tongue is unfortunate, but honestly this could be a lot worse. He'd actually need one more buff and then this could get really bad. But actually these guys still don't really even kill my Sea Giant yet. He needs a buff of 1 more strength to kill that Sea Giant off. Looks like he's going to fish for it. Drawing a card off that Acolyte. Luckily the Totem has Summoning Sickness, so although he's got the conga line here, it's not actually going to work. Crocolisk is not going to do it. And neither is that. Okay, that was really good. So now my Sea Giant lives, basically, and that's pretty freaking sweet. I can't heal it, sadly, because of the Soul Priest, but that's a good problem to have, I think. I also cannot play the Darkscale Healer. So my opponent has a lot of chump trash. These are all 2 mana minions. I think, well, okay. I don't want to say that he drafted incorrectly because he did play 2 Leopard Gnomes, betraying that this is a super duper aggro deck. But it definitely didn't work out for him this game. Okay, what we will need to do here is get rid of this Pyromancer because with the Pyromancer, any spell he plays will finish off my Sea Giant. Can't heal the Sea Giant because of the Soul Priest, but I can at least kill that. And then I'm going to kill this Flame Tongue. And then I'll kill the Crocolisk. So you're seeing me do something that I've done a lot, which is just take it real slow when I'm ahead. And I feel like that's generally correct. Like if you're like wildly ahead, you really don't want to risk anything. Now Lightning Storm will clear out 3 of my creatures, but then I'll only have 1 card left and nothing but a totem. My Drake will survive. I've got more things to play. Another Sea Giant and 2 Ogres in the deck, plus 2 Temple Enforcers. Yeah, that was going to be a win. And alright, we got it. We got 60 gold. Wow, this is pretty cool. So if I have a note, I'm actually at above 5,100 gold now. So we're actually starting to climb up. And if I have a good run here, if I can make it up to 7, I will be above 5,100. That's a record high for me. If I had just been logging in the last couple of weeks to do the daily and nothing else, I'd like have a lot of money now. But unfortunately, I have not been doing that. It probably would have been worth it an hour a day, but the days just kind of blur into each other when you have so many things competing for your time. 3rd mage of the run, Tofu 42. The other mages honestly were not a problem. Again, that doesn't mean that this one will be easy. You never know. Anyone can beat anyone in this game, but I'm happy that if I were to be running into this many mages, that I am playing priest rather than some other class. Well, this is not a great opening hand because it has nothing to do until turn 3, but at least I do have a play to make on turn 3. And at least if my opponent has a slow start, I can actually be fine with turn 3, turn 4, and then this on turn 6. Does she have another motherfucker. Oh, geez. Well, this is what I think it is. Yep, she had the dream play. I need Shadow Word Pain right now. Nope! Okay, well, I actually did beat a 6/3 Mana Worm in our last game against a mage, but this is even worse. She can just straight up kill my Razorven Hunter with this Mana Worm and survive. I can't even finish it off with their Storm of Night because of these mirror images. Thought Steal, nope, gotta play this. Oh, God, this is so annoying. Fucking Mana Worms. Honest to God, Jesus. Well, we'll have the decision to make. Either play Stormwind Knight and kill a mirror image, or play this. Oh my God, really? Oh my God, really? So these mirror images are preventing my little piglet from killing off that Mana Worm. Fuck my life. Alright, we're gonna do the Warden. Well, am I really even gonna do the Warden? That doesn't... Oh, jeez. Yeah, I'll do the Warden. I don't even know, man. I don't even know. Fucking Mana Worm, such a dumb card. I mean, I think it's probably a fair card, but it still sucks to lose to that kind of crap. I've got really good cards here, but I'm just worried I'm going to be way too far behind by the time. So now she's got these two growing cards. There's no Holy Novas in my deck to clear out this board. Holy Smite, I guess, would be fine. Oh, she's actually going to trade the Mana Worm away. So that other mage might have been able to beat me if she had traded her Mana Worm for my Sen'jin Shieldmaster when she had the chance. This mage, okay, apparently is making the same exact mistake. I could Wild Pyromancer Thoughtsteal. It'll kill off the Mana Worm in one mirror image and the other mirror image. But this will not die, it'll just grow. That's, you know what, that's better than the alternative, though. So we're going to do it. Knife Juggler. Actually, well, that's fine. So, this is a 7-1. There is a maddening taunter in the way. This is a really annoying place to be in for my opponent, because she doesn't really want to use a removal spell on this. But she can't attack with the Flesh-Eating Ghoul till she does. So she needs like a silence, like an Iron Beak Owl would be perfect. Does she have removal for this? Is she going to use like a Frostbolt? She's actually going to trade voluntarily. Wow. Well, I don't know if I would have done that. But, okay, fair enough. Unfortunately, this does not quite kill the Blade Master's 3 power. I could play Knife Juggler and Stormwind Knight, and if the Knife Fling hits the Blade Master, then I can kill it. But if the Knife Fling hits her face, that sucks. I'm just going to play Boulder Fist Ogre. I mean, a Fireball or a Polymorph will kill that, but it'll be her whole turn doing it. And I might as well do that, because if she doesn't have one of those spells, then I get to keep a 6-7. That is also a way of killing the Ogre. It also takes up her entire turn. 4 health, even worse than 3 for me to try to deal with, unfortunately. Ah, jeez. Well, on turn 8 I could play this and the Dark Iron Dwarf and kill that thing, but I can't do that here. I could just play a naked one of these and give up the health bonus. That's an option. I could shoot it, but then that's really pretty pointless. Okay. I guess we're just going to play a 6-6. It's not great, but I think that was the best option I had available. Let's see if she has another Dark Iron Dwarf or a Polymorph or a Fireball. Or an Abusive Sergeant, I guess, to let her kill this thing off. Knife Juggler? Well, that bodes well, I hope. Alright, good. Oh my god, she got lucky. It hit the right one. Well, the good news is that she at least lost her Dwarf doing that. And now I can kill this Knife Juggler in a variety of ways. I think I would like to do it this way. And we'll play the Farseer for healing. This is a bit of a back and forth. I'm not actually getting ahead. She can run in with the Acolyte, draw a card, finish us off with hero ability. She'll be holding 6 cards to my 6 after I draw, and all I have is a 3/3 to show for it. So that's pretty weak, considering she'll have 6 mana to work with after she does that. So yeah, this mage has actually gotten ahead, but honestly, considering her turn 1 play was Mirror Image... sorry, Mana Worm Coin Mirror Image, the fact that I'm, like, even at all is, like, really kind of crazy. She's going to try Knife Juggler Mark II here. Can't blame her. I don't want to play Knife Juggler myself because I don't want Knife Flings going on this Acolyte. Alright, I think Twilight Drake is fine. Now, the problem with this play that I just made is that the Acolyte can run into the Stormwind Knight and draw a card and not die. I feel like that was worth it, though, because I'm at least getting up some board presence with this nice 4/6. And she's demonstrated a couple of times now that she does not have a Fireball or a Polymorph for dealing with my 6 toughness things. She has a Flame Strike. Well, that will let her clear my board. But the good news is it took up her whole turn, so when the smoke clears, she's going to have 4 cards to my 5. And I guess I'm alright with that. This guy would have been good if she had kept her Flesh-Eating Ghoul around, but she didn't. Okay, so do I Thoughtsteal here, or do I play a Dark Iron Dwarf? Well, let's actually play Knife Juggler, Temple Enforcer, and Heal. So Knife Juggler should be somewhat resilient. It doesn't die to Flame Strike without the help of Fire Blast, and this survives Flame Strike and Fire Blast, so it's pretty good. I've got some card advantage coming up, and this is the first of my Thoughtsteal. No, I played a Thoughtsteal earlier. Yeah, this is the second Thoughtsteal that I'm playing. So I have just one more in the deck.
The light protects me.
Okay, she's going crazy here. I'm tempted to Dark Iron Dwarf and use the Knife Juggler to kill that Lord so I can keep my 6/6. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. Do I Thought Steal here? I think actually I want to Thought Steal. Yeah, let's Thought Steal first. So I have enough mana for everything. So let's Thought Steal first. Frostwolf Warlord, that's interesting. Unfortunately, I cannot play it and anything else. So I'll have to wait on that. Let's do this. Hope the Knifling hits the Argent Squire. It actually did. Wow, that was a lucky Knifling. I will be completely honest. 1 in 4 odds. Very, very fortunate there. So I can shoot it down with my Rifleman. And then I Thought Stole the Rifleman again, which is kind of annoying. But this should be good at least for a 5/5 and maybe a 6/6 if I'm lucky.
Ready for this?
Ah, she didn't have removal for my 6/6. That's good. Okay, well, I don't want to leave this alive because if I do a Flame Strike, we'll just clear off everything. So what we're going to do is the following. I'm going to play the Rifleman to shoot that. I'm going to hit that. Now I can heal this up to stop it from dying to Fire Blast, and I will just play a Frostwolf Warlord. So I kind of, yeah, that was probably the right move, I think. I think I made the perfect play, because this way I got to have my cake and eat it. I got a big Frostwolf Warlord, and I got to kill her Archmage, so I think that was right. Argent Commander lets her kill that thing, my Temple Enforcer finally. I'm not that bothered by it. I still have a 7/7 in play that she has no answer to, it seems. Do I Holy Smite this thing, or do I use my Rifleman who's going to die to Fire Blast anyway? Well, I can't win. So yeah, I might as well use this guy if he's dead anyway. Oh, what am I doing? I'm a priest! I should have healed that thing up. Oh, that was a mistake. I should have used Holy Smite. Anyway, this is fine. My heal is actually wasted. That was really, really stupid. But I have like 3 creatures that all survive Flame Strike. She can kill off one of them with Fire Blast, either the Guardian or the Ascension, but this is pretty much a menace. Blizzard plus Flame Strike would actually let her catch back up in this game, though. Well, she has a Flame Strike, but kind of underwhelming. 2 of my creatures survive. And I've got... Well, I had 10 damage to her, 12 health. She shouldn't have conceded, but I did have a Holy Smite. That was going to be the win. So Tofu 42 goes down. Okay, we're at 6-0. It's a pretty good comeback tour. If I can remember, that'll be the name of this video. Comeback tour. But we do need one more win to officially make it into Papa Boris's greatest hits. And I have definitely been at 6-0 before and lost 3 games in a row. So I'm playing as alertly as I can. Feel pretty good about the fact that we killed 3 mages in this arena and a druid. I really think those are like the strongest arena classes. Although druids are the strongest arena class provided you have swipes. Like at least 2. And that druid did play 2 swipes against us, so we know he had at least 2 in the deck. Without swipes, playing druid is just painful and miserable. Well, here, speaking of druid, Kagnaki the druid. Well, we're at 6-0, so this druid probably has swipes in his deck. I have to say, let me just give myself some mad props here. I beat 2 crazy mana worms. I beat a 6/3 mana worm, and I beat a mana worm that was turn 1 coin mirror imaged. And in fact, the other mana worm, I don't think there was a coin involved. There was like a coin frostbolt involved, but that other mana worm was also protected by a mirror image. So I beat 2 mana worm mirror images in this one arena run. I'm feeling pretty good about that. Okay, this is unfortunate. I mean, it's a pretty terrible card, but the problem is that it's not good enough to warrant using Shadow Word Pain on that I just top decked, and it'll very nicely kill off the little 1/1 piglet that I get from my hunter before dying. And he gets a panther. Okay, this is actually starting to be a little bit of a problem, because if I play the Raven Hunter with my coin, then he can use the 1/1, the 1/2 to kill my 1/1 and the 3/2 trades for my 2/3, and then he's still got a 1/1 and his full turn. So I could try to Shadow Word Pain, kill this panther. Alright, we'll do that. A bit risky for sure, but if he does skip on this next turn, I can coin into a Stormwind Knight, which is really good against Gold Footman. No, he is not having any of that jazz. Do I even play the Stormwind Knight at this point? Yes, I think I will. I could have played the Hunter. That's a bit passive. Let's just take this off the map. Now, the Divine Shield, of course, is great for the Stormwind Knight, but then he still has to shapeshift for half of his mana to finish the Stormwind Knight off. Granted, that does leave him with the Scarlet Crusader, which is kind of annoying, but then I play this Razorfen Hunter, which is pretty good against the Crusader. So it's a bit of a back and forth here. He's hit his Herb. He's had a 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop, so the fact that I'm hanging in at all is pretty good. Of course, I wish I had Shadow Word Pain for this rather than for the 3-2, but I think I'll stand by my play. I think I'd make it again. It's actually going to Wrath for a card. Well, it's the same as Shapeshift, essentially. I'm not super bothered by it. And he's going to Shapeshift just to hit me in the face. I don't know, in his position, I might have just kept the Wrath, but it is fortunate that he basically passed the turn. He didn't do anything other than Shapeshift. Okay, so I'll play the Hunter. This puts pressure on because the 1-1 is a really good answer to the 3-1, so he either has to trade the 3-1 for the 2-3 or use some other removal for the 2-3 while leaving enough mana to Shapeshift to kill the 1-1. I think this is actually a really good response to what he's got. And next turn I can play the Farseer to heal up and a Fairy Dragon for 5 mana. Then after that I can, on turn 6, play this and burn right away with it. Now, one consideration, admittedly, that I do need to put forward is that maybe I want to play the Soul Priest next turn, because that allows me to save the Farseer as a bomb in the event that my Soul Priest survives the turn. I see. So he is actually going to kill off the Piglet with Shapeshift, use the 5-3 to kill my 2-3, and leave himself with a 5-1. That's pretty annoying. No! He chooses to attack. God, that was a huge mistake, and I'm not going to complain, because, guys, don't let your opponents keep creatures around. That's silly. If he loses this game, it will be pretty much entirely because of that decision. You should have killed my creature there. Dealing 5 damage to a priest at like 27 health is completely immaterial. And there's so many different kind of buffs that would let that Razorfen Hunter buff up just a little bit and get a kill. Alright, so he's got that. That's okay, because I can kill this now. Leave this guy at 1 health. Oh, swipe will clear my board out. God damn it, that's so annoying. I might not even do that. Well, we'll see what he does with 2 mana here. Innervate, uh-oh. Well, this is getting actually kind of serious. Claw and Shapeshift, okay. Well, so he's learned his lesson about keeping creatures around, I guess. He's even got that for good measure. Well, Mass Dispel will actually unstealth this, but it's not really worth doing, I don't think. Temple Enforcer. Huh. Did I just play this to have a 6-6 on the board? This is much more fragile. I'm going to play this. Let's burn that up. Let's do that. So, I actually have card advantage against him, is the thing. Now, one big card from him, like a Ancient of War, which is an epic, or an Ironbark Protector next turn, which is a common, would be really strong, but he needs to have something good here, because if he just shapeshifts and throws his creatures into my Soul Priest, I don't think he's going to be in very good shape. Especially because I can Thought Steal his good stuff. Okay, Sunwalker. Well, my opponent elects to keep my thing alive, which is totally fine by me, because now I can play Epic Mass Dispel here. Clear out all the stuff. We're going to burn... Yeah, I could play a Fairy Dragon, but I'd rather keep his board clear. We're going to burn that off, kill that off. My health total is too high for him to really consider burning me out. The main problem is that the Sunwalker now kills my Soul Priest and survives with 2 health, but I think I'm okay with that. No Ironbark Protector is good news. And he's actually passing at 6 mana, so he's got some kind of garbage. Like, he's got some kind of Savage Roars or something like that that's not actually usable. What I'm going to do here is play Senjin, Fairy Dragon, and heal up. I should be somewhat respectful of my life total. So now he's got 3 cards to my 4, soon to be 5, and my board's better than his. So I'd say he's pretty far behind. He needs to get a big card, like an Ironbark Protector, really, really soon. But if I can play a Sea Giant, then he's in serious trouble, because then that will kill off his Ironbarks. Okay, so he had a Soul of the Forest, which I'm not really that bothered by. It'd be nice, of course, if I had Holy Novas to clear out those trees, but it's not too big of a deal, I don't think. He's actually not even going to attack. Interesting choice. Okay. Here, I could play the Violet Teacher followed by a Sea Giant, but what I'd rather do is... Oh, this is tough. Okay, I'm just going to play a Sea Giant. It's the biggest thing I've got. I'm going to hit that. And then I'm going to heal this thing. And I'm just going to swing for 3. Seems fine. The 5/5 does get to kill my Senjin, but I feel like I should be okay here. Does he have another Soul of the Forest? That would be pretty good here, actually. That would be frighteningly good. Luckily, no more Souls of the Forest are incoming. Well, what I think I want to do is just try to ride this Sea Giant as far as I can. Let's buff it up. Kill that Frostwolf Warlord. I could heal this, but you know what? Actually, 6 health is fine. Let's get another body on the ground. I think that's important to do. So I have an 8/6, a 6/6, and a 3/5. My health total's too high for him to burn me out. My creature's hit points are too high for him to really effectively be able to kill it with Druid removal. Like, even if these are both swipes, I still pretty much survive without him, like, throwing creatures away. And I've got Thought Steal for more card advantage. So yeah, this is looking like it's going to be a win. I mean, anything can happen, but I am in the lead, and my life total again is high enough that it's not really in any sort of a danger of being burned out. He had a really fast start. He had turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, but he just like ran out of steam completely here, which I'm totally down with. Elven Archer. You know, there are some cards that I just can't say normally, like Moonfire and Elven Archer, and like, what's another one? Blessed Champion. Anyway, this turn is pretty clearly going to be Thought Steal this, or Thought Steal on one of these guys. So let's just Thought Steal first, see what I get.
I'm ready to learn.
We got... Okie dokie. That's fun, but no, let's not do anything crazy here. Again, I'm pretty happy just to kind of... Well, can I win? What is this, 14, 17? Yeah, I'm pretty happy just to take it slow. So let's kill that. And, okay, you know what? Hold on. Yeah, I don't want him taking me down to 12 health. That's a little bit dicey. We're just going to sacrifice A damage for that. There's no point doing this because it survives anyway, so I'll just hit him in the face for 6. We'll heal up the Darkscale Healer. I'll heal myself, just in case. Okay, so we're playing it super safe here. Now I've got more card draw, and a gigantic board, and then 2 gigantic cards. So like, it would be really inconceivable for me to lose, so I can afford to take it slowly and just clear his stuff out as it drops, and just win the game in the slow run. Yeah, he's got another Power of the Wild, not exactly what he needs here. He's just gonna whack me in the face. I think he's making the right play. That's the only way he could possibly win, is to somehow burn me out. Let's see, we got 14, 18, 18 plus 4 is 22 damage. It's not enough to kill him. I can't buff my damage in any way. Okay, so here, I don't want to play these Nourishes yet, because I do just want to play down my big stuff. Let's buff up that guy. I'll heal up, just in case. So we'll kill that. Use the Violet Student to kill the damaged golem. Kill that. Swing for 14 damage. Man, this is really fun, actually. This deck is so much fun to win with, because every game it's like you just grind your opponent into a fine powder. It does mean the games are slower, so it's going to be a long video, but like, it's just absolutely insane. And okay, so he had a Charger here. Good thing I've been keeping track of my health. And then he has a Healing Touch, which is completely irrelevant. So this is like 12, 20, yeah, I got enough damage to kill him. And he concedes. He does not make me find the win, which is just well, because even if I had killed this thing, I had 2 Nourishes and a Boulder Fist Ogre to work with. That was fun. So 7-0. I don't know if I've ever been 7-0 as a priest. I really should track that. Whether I've been X and O with a particular class. I'm not gonna. I don't really care that much. All I know is that I've been 9-0 as a mage, and I've been 9-0 as a hunter. But I have not been 9-0 with any other class, I don't think. Man, I really should track that, shouldn't I? Crap. Well, whatever. 7-0 is pretty great, is the moral of the story. And we're going to go as far as we can. This video is now officially in Papa Boris' greatest hits. I don't think any run where I make it to 7-0 would ever, like, not go there. And our next worthy opponent has shown up. Yeah, really good run. I guess I said I didn't think this was the greatest priest deck ever, but it did beat 2 Mana Worm coin mirror images and 2 druids and a 3rd mage to boot. So I guess this has been performing pretty well. High Geo. Yeah, one of the druids had double swipe. Like, yeah, and an Ancient of War in his deck. I don't think he actually played the Ancient of War, though. Well, whatever. It's been a good deck. I think I faced pretty stiff competition and performed well. So I guess this deck is probably better than I gave it credit. But at least I didn't come out of the draft saying this deck sucks. I just had some reservations because it didn't have some key cards. But I did think it was... I did say, you know, I thought the deck wasn't the best ever, but it had a good endgame and some good 4-drops. Anyway, this is a really nice start. I got my 1 removal card and then 3 drops, which are great. So I should be drawing into my 4 drops and stuff. Arcane Missiles, coin flip to kill the Pyromancer. I always lose these coin flips. I know everybody always thinks they always lose the coin flips, but I seriously, like, always lose the coin flips. It's ridiculous. Like, I complain about how I'm always second against rogues, but yes, really, like, I'm first against rogues. I complain about that, but really, like, yeah, I acknowledge that I am, like, second against rogues a decent amount of the time. But the coin flips on Arcane Missiles, I really do have just the most rotten luck with. Raging Worgen is an amazingly good card here. Wait, what am I doing? The Cobra will kill it. No, I'm going to use Shadow Word Pain on this because I think it is important to hold on to this Cobra. There are better things that Cobra can kill, like, you know, Yetis, which Shadow Word Pain does not. Although I guess I could have saved Shadow Word Pain. Yeah, whatever, it's fine. I think that was a fair choice. She's going to coin out for something or other. And that something or other is Silverhand Knight. That is actually kind of annoying because the Cobra is, you know, the Cobra's attention is divided. What I'm going to do is kill that. And then I'm actually going to heal this thing and play a Hunter. So I'm trying to divide her attention as much as I can. Next turn, hopefully I'll play an Ogre. Just going to silence that, so she's had enough of that. So the issue here is that her board's actually better than mine, because she can use the Knight to kill my, well, either of my 2/3s, what these both are, and still survive against my Piglet, unfortunately. Thoughtsteal is nice, but not what I need. I am going to play Sea Giant. Let's trade the Cobra away. And I'm actually going to run my Piglet in here. The reason I'm running it in is because it's going to die to Fire Blast anyway, so I might as well just put a damage on the Spellbreaker when I'm holding on to a Holy Smite, and that might actually be relevant. Just going to Polymorph my Sea Giant. Luckily, that is pretty much her entire turn doing this thing. It's her entire turn doing that thing, yep. So now I can play Boulder Fist Ogre, Holy Smite, and I'm hanging in there. I wouldn't say things are going great, but I am hanging in there. She has 6 cards to my 4, soon to be 5, so I'm down a card, but I'm ahead a creature, a big one, and I can Thoughtsteal and also play Ascension next turn. I can also Thoughtsteal, Earthring Farseer, and Hero ability, so like if she drops like a big, like say, let's say she drops her own Boulder Fist Ogre, I can actually run in, take a bunch of damage to this and heal it all up. Oh, that's annoying. So all I can do is pop a Divine Shield. Well, I'm going to Thoughtsteal. Hopefully I get some kind of an answer to that. I got Mirror Image and Razorfin Hunter. Sigh. Well, let's indeed play the Mirror Image. Let's pop the Divine Shield in a very painful and annoying way, and then let's heal up the Ogre with a 3/3. So with a Flame Strike, she can clear my board, but she'll have to throw the Sunwalker away to do so. And I think she'd be ahead and on the verge of winning if she did have a Flame Strike. No, she doesn't have Flame Strike, she has Fireball. Okay. Well, that's half of her mana for the turn. And a Water Elemental. Yeah, this is starting to slip. I got a pretty bad Thoughtsteal, unfortunately. Masked Spell. Is that worth doing? Or should I just play 2 creatures? I think this is actually worth doing. Thoughtsteal? Okay, Thoughtsteal is not worth doing because it stops me from playing anything. So... yeah. Let's throw that down, swing for 3. It's not looking good, folks. It is not looking good. But hopefully my second Thoughtsteal will be better than my first one. Man, I needed that Mass Dispel a turn earlier so my Ogre could have killed this. Oh no, that's not good. That's bad. Well, now her board's just bigger than mine. Basically, she's killing me the way that I killed all of my other opponents, just by getting a huge-ass board. Ah, I even had a pretty fast start. She just overwhelmed me. Didn't have good answers to her things.
Someday I'll be just like you.
Oh boy. But without Shadow Word Death, I can't kill this thing. Ogre's not enough. It's Thought Steal? Defender of Argus. Seriously. Okay, well, let's do this, I guess. Oh no, what the? Oh, okay. It buffed the creatures I wanted it to buff. It just had the weird bug with the stuff. Yeah, I'll kill that. God, that Stormwind Champion buffing these up to 4 attack is really devastating because they were both at 4 health. That sucks. Okay, well next turn I can at least play Boulderfist Ogre and Defender of Argus to get a 7-8 taunt, but it might be too little too late. Here. Oh, another one. Why couldn't I have gotten one of these with my Thought Steal, huh? Sadness, sadness, sadness. This is a smart opponent. Notice how she's killing my creatures, which stops like the Defender of Argus from being effective, for example, or as effective. Yeah, this is the classic case. I've got really good cards, but I'm way behind on the board. She can just, you know, bust her way through that and still stay ahead of me on cards. Crap. Crappity crap, crap, crap.
What to do? What to do?
That was a pretty smart way to do it. She threw away her crappiest creatures and used her overpowered hero ability to kill off that ogre. Still has 8 mana to spend and is ahead on cards and on the board, so I'm pretty much ready to concede here. Just gonna heal that up. Man, this is one of the best Stormwind champions I've seen in a while. When you're a little bit ahead and you can drop that guy down, it's crazy town. Demolish her because why not? Alright, well, we have a Supermoon Guardian. That's well played, and we're gonna concede. So no 9-0 Dream for this priest. Oh, what a bitch. Thank you. You don't say thank you at the end. You say well played. Well, now I regret saying well played. And now I regret that I lost that person. Well, whatever. We're going to go ahead and keep on trucking here. So we already made it into the money. I'm pretty relaxed about what happens. I have made it to 12 wins before with Priest, so there's no bucket list that I need to achieve. My main bucket list item right now is that I've never gone beyond 9 wins with Mage. That's feels wrong somehow to me. I should really have accomplished that by some point here, but I haven't. So hopefully I'll be able to do that someday. But yeah, with Priest, I don't have any particular bucket list items. Just playing the game, having fun, and seeing how far we can go. Well, this is now the 5th mage of the arena. So really good thing I picked Priest, apparently. Got Shadow Word Pain to kill off Mana Worms, which is nice. And those cards can go bite it. Thought Stealing. Alright, got my 2-3, which hasn't really been showing up, and I don't particularly mind that this has not been showing up that much. It's not a very good card, but here it's as good as it ever gets. Okay, no, that's a lie. As good as it ever gets is I Thought Steal an Arcanite Reaper for my warrior opponent, and then play this for a 7-3, but that's unlikely. Okay, no Mana Worm Mirror Image shenanigans this time. Fairy Dragon, I cannot kill that with Shadow Word Pain, so I will play the Bloodsail Raider and hope to trade the Fairy Dragon with that. But if she... Oh no, she cannot play a Shattered Sun Cleric. She used her coin. This should be fine. It's pretty likely to trade. She needs like a Frostbolt or an Arcane Missile. Well, no, not Arcane Missile. It's not good enough. She has the Frostbolt, though. They always have the Frostbolt. They always have Frostbolt. Ugh. Well, now I can't do anything except for Thought Steal, so I guess I will, but I don't want to be doing this, because this is where you really start to fall behind. Okay, well, we've got like a really nice hand of strong cards. It's just, could really easily fall behind here. Mana Addict. Oh, well, we'll see. Could be good, could be bad. Who knows? Gonna play the Twilight Drake here. It's huge. 4-7. Number 1 priority is the Fairy Dragon, I think. Yeah, I'll take my chances with this Mana Addict. She has Polymorph. Okay. She's gonna kill the sheep off. Smart play. This is a tough choice. I think I'm gonna play the Yeti here. I think the extra power matters more than this ability right now. Tough call though, because they both have the same health. And currently all the stuff, you know, would die to 3 just as well as to 4. But in case she makes a good play, I want to have this extra power out here. I really want to be able to play a Boulder Fist Ogre next turn. If I can do that and hang on, I'll be fine. But the problem is that she has a really good play here, like that. This is such an annoying game to lose because basically all she really did was she just like got a little toehold and then started killing everything I played. Ah, okay. Well, I am actually going to play this Warden because I think I need to take care of my life total. And actually, rather than Shadow Word painting that, we're just going to heal myself. I don't want to miss an opportunity to heal myself, and, well, she can't have spells forever. When you're behind, take risks. I'm behind, so I have to take the risk of her having more spells. I do have more healing with this Farseer, whom I am extremely happy to have now. She's got an overpowered Water Elemental, but it does die to Shadow Word Pain, thank frickin' God. And she is going to run up against that Warden. She probably shouldn't attack it with this Mana Addict, though, because then I could kill it off on my turn. I would love to play that Sea Giant, but it is really imperative that I play Shadow Word Pain. So we're going to play Violet Teacher.
Pay attention, class.
Shadow Word Pain.
I'm ready to learn.
And I am going to actually whack this Mana Addict so that she cannot attack with it into my Warden without dying. Okay, I'm definitely not out of the woods yet, not even close, but there's a chance. I have a chance now of surviving. Flame Strike, not the most impressive Flame Strike there. This guy still is trucking. Granted, the Fairy Dragon lives, but basically when the smoke is cleared, I'm doing all right. Okay, the Ogre is nice and all, but this is much more important. I really need to keep her board clear. So we'll do this, kill that Fairy Dragon off. Now there's this thing which she has to deal with or it gets out of control. She has 5 cards to my 6. The main thing is that my health is below 20, which against a mage is always a little bit terrifying. But if I can get these drops down, I'm going to be in really good shape. Another Mana Addict. Alright, well, that's cool. Oh my god, that mirror image is so ridiculously good because it stops me from getting at this Water Elemental. Or the Mana Addict, for that matter. Crap. Shit. That's really bad, because now I can't clear out the things she's going to damage me with, and I don't have any taunt. Okay, so do I play this, and then get a free Sea Giant? Or do I play the Ogre and just pay for my Sea Giant? I think I'm going to do... Okay, Ogre Sea Giant. The advantage of Ogre Sea Giant is that it puts bigger bodies on the board. The advantage of these two little things is that I can also heal myself. But I think I actually need to put the bigger body on the board, much as I hate that. Because I just have to chance it that she's going to have... I mean, she can only deal like... Let's see, so let's say she has 2 fireballs, she'll kill me. Because that'll be 12 damage plus 8 is 19. Yeah, a pair of fireballs will kill me, but she's already used 2 of them. Oh, no, she's already used 1 fireball in this match, I think. The odds of having 2 more out of 3 cards are pretty low. I'm willing to play into that, because I do need to just get really big board presence and shut her down, and it works out. Okay, so, yay. She doesn't have the kill. I think the correct move actually would have been to attack the Questing Adventurer with the Elemental to freeze it, because now what she's let me do is she's let me actually attack with the Questing Adventurer, which is kind of crazy. Can I actually win this turn? I mean, that's a bit crazy, right? But this is 14, 19, I need to play 11 cards. Yeah, so I can't win this turn. But I can clear out, you know, almost everything she has. Let's go ahead and just do a Ogre. I'm going to heal myself just to be super safe. Going to play a Sea Giant. Alright, so this Questing Adventurer is officially out of control. Whatever I kill this Elemental with will be frozen.
Quest accepted.
I need to kill that. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to kill this. She's in top deck mode. This is just a 1-3 unless she draws spells. I do need to kill that, though. So we'll use the Sea Giant for that. Use the Ogre to kill the Yeti. And yeah, I'm just going to kill this thing. It does mean I'll be frozen next turn, which is kind of sad, but that's fine. So I have like 2 ogres and 2 sea giants on the board, which is really bonkers. Pretty safe against Flame Strike, safe against her killing me. This is frozen, which is sad, but... And she can, of course, ping this off, which is also sad, but anyway, she apparently doesn't feel very good about her chances, and Many Pants the Mage resigns. We've played, what is it, 4 mages? No, 5 mages, I think, in this run. Did I lose to the... No, I killed 3 mages. I think. Well, anyway, I think I played 5 mages and lost to one of them, so that's pretty awesome, killing that many mages. You must have a pretty good deck to do that. And we're up to 8-1, which is nice. So, I will be streaming again tomorrow, for anyone wondering. I do intend to stick to that schedule of streaming on Saturdays at 12 p.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. Just had a friend visiting out of town, which was kind of a special case, but I will be back to streaming. And then hopefully I'll be able to go part-time in April. Cross your fingers for me, and then I'll start to use my extra time streaming and, you know, just doing more videos and get back into the swing of things. Okay, so since I have a Wild Pyromancer, I could just keep it in a 4-drop. To play this on turn 2 and coin out the 4-drop on turn 3, the main issue is that the coin will trigger the Pyromancer, which is annoying. Well, I'll keep the Stormwind Knight. We'll do that. Hopefully the Wild Pyromancer will just die to a Shadow Word Pain or something, and then I can play a 4-drop with the coin without any remorse. Cowpie, the Priest, did not play a Northshire Cleric. I am not going to coin out the Pyromancer because then I'll have nothing to do on turn 2 or turn 3, which is really sad. We'll just react to his turn 2 play with my 3-2. This is totally fine. I have to be a little bit careful because it does mean that if I trigger the Wild Pyromancer's ability, this guy gets enraged. I'm hoping, ideally I will be able to trade this. The problem is if he has a Shattered Sun Cleric or a Power Word Shield, which he does! Okay, so now this thing is going to get enraged and kill my Pyromancer. And my opponent is going to heal it up, and it stays enraged because it took damage. Wow, that was actually really well played. Shockingly well played. It's still enraged, but it's above Holy Smite. Oh my god, that's annoying. Okay, well, we gotta do what we gotta do, which is to play the Silvermoon Guardian. Now, if he has a Shadow Word Pain, he can actually kill this, and then I'm pretty much fucked. Wow, well, I think I did the best I could. I mean, obviously that's what you do. You play a Pyromancer when someone plays a Berserker. You can get really far behind if they have a Power Word Shield or a Shattered Sun Cleric, and he did, so that's that. Hopefully he won't have a Shadow Word Pain either. Ah. Well, the Silence, it's better and it's worse. It's better in that he, like, took damage still to this Berserker, but it's worse in that he put another creature on the ground. Okay, we're going to make a little bit of a tech play here. I'm going to Holy Smite to kill that, and I will waste a Shattered Sun Cleric. Because in the context of the situation, a 3-2 is actually really great. It trades against this 4-3, and it clears out his board. Now, 5 mana next turn sucks, I can't play either of these Ogres, but if I can hang on next turn, like if this turn is not impressive for him, if I can hang on this turn, I can potentially be in good shape. Alright, he's got an answer for my Shattered Sun Cleric, unfortunately. Stormwind Knight does not kill Spellbreaker, unfortunately also. Lots of unfortunately's here, but the Violent Teacher, very good top deck. Without a buff, it is threatening to kill the Spellbreaker. Now, he does have 7 cards, so something or other is likely, but it's at least a threat that he has to contend with, which might give me the breathing room I need to be able to play the Ogre next turn in comfort. He Thought Stole from my deck, by the way. Oh, he cast Thought Steal, by the way, so he stole from my deck, which means he potentially has some pretty good cards like Sea Giant or something like that. Dark Iron Dwarf is really annoying, so he gets trade off against the Violet Teacher, but at least... Oh, that's really annoying, because I didn't want him to play anything else, but he did. Shit. Well, I am just going to go ahead and drop an Ogre. He could 2-for-1 into the Ogre and then still have full 7 mana to play, and he's ahead on cards, which is really annoying. That's why this Fairy Dragon really sucked. I bet he Thought Stole that from the... Yeah, I have a Fairy Dragon in my deck, so this might have been Thought Stolen. Crap. Well, Twilight Drake, as long as I don't tarry too long, it should be as good as a Yeti. I could also Thought Steal and make it a 4-6, then it's as good as a Spiteful Smith. He's got 6 cards, which is an alarming number of cards. The health advantage is fine, and my card quality is fine. It's just the fact that he has the tempo lead. And he is going to 2-for-1 to kill my Ogre, so that's something, I guess. And play a Spiteful Smith. Well, that's actually fine, because this is not really a threat, so I can just play Ogre number 2 now. and threaten to kill the Spiteful Smith with it. And then next turn I can play the Drake. I mean, basically I can play 2 of my 4 drops next turn. Drake and Taunt or Charge as appropriate. Mountain Giant is unfortunately a really good card here. I don't have any Shadow Word Death in my deck. Okay. Well, let's play the Drake. And then I'm going to play... Ah, boy. Okay, if I play this engine and he runs in, he goes to 5 health, heals it up to 7, that's awkward. Can't kill it with my Ogre. Throwing this away just to tickle it seems kind of stupid too, though, but it ends up with the same amount of health. Okay, we'll do this. I'm going to gamble that if he attacks the Warden with the Giant, he's not going to bother healing the Giant, in which case it's just as good as having played this engine, but I'm throwing away an inferior creature. That Giant's pretty good. I would need kind of my own Giant here. Thoughtsteal number 2, he might have Thoughtstolen my Thoughtsteal, because I think all 3 were in the deck when he did that. Temple Enforcer, that might have been stolen from me. I am actually falling behind here pretty tragically now. Because an 8-10 is sort of difficult to deal with. Oh, fuck. Okay, well, it's Thoughtsteal. See if I can get a Shadow Word Death from him. I can't do that, unfortunately. So... crap. We'll just do this. Trade. Swing for 4. Ah, damn. He's got card advantage because of all those Thoughtsteals and just profitable trading. He can heal this up, stopping my Twilight Drake from killing it. I would need to get a Dark Iron Dwarf. Oh my god, he got a Temple Enforcer. Oh, man. Well, it's always sad when you lose the mirror match, but I think I'm going to lose the mirror match here. Oh my goodness. Shadow Word Pain is not helpful. Is there any way that I could possibly win? I mean, we'll just throw stuff onto the board and see what the hell happens. But he's got board and card advantage. I mean, he's just got those 2 giant cards and I don't have an answer. And sometimes you'll just lose because of that. I mean, that's how I've won a lot of my games, is by playing giant things. In this game, he managed to kill 2 of my ogres in pretty high style. This giant was incredibly good for him after Thoughtstealing a bunch, too. Mind games? Okay. I bet he gets a sea giant. They're both in there. No, we got a dire wolf alpha. Well, all things considered, that's not too bad, but I can't even kill this with brute force. I only have 5 damage here. Okay, I cannot play both of my minions, so I might as well... play the tiger. I don't need to do that, do I? Let's just do that. That... There's no point in healing this guy whatsoever, so I'll just heal myself. I could have played this, but I like having this in stealth mode so that maybe I have a chance at finally killing that giant. The problem is he's got so many cards, like even if I kill the giant, finally, it's not like I win the game after that. Just gonna keep on healing that giant. Temple Enforcer does not allow this tiger to survive an attack. Okay, he's got his own tiger for real. Oh, finally I can kill that thing. Yoink. And I'm passing the turn because this Temple Enforcer costs 6 mana. That's really, really sad. I don't know why I'm in this game. I should just concede, I think. Well, let's let him play out this turn, draw a card, and concede. Holy Smite? I think that was probably his own Holy Smite. Because I had mine earlier. Oh, yep. Yep. He's in pretty good shape. He's got more cards in his hand than I do, and more cards on the board. Okay, fine. We'll Thoughtsteal, Ogre, and Power Word Shield. Okay, fine. I'll play this, and, you know, we'll see what happens. 6-9. I mean, he can kill it with just 2 of his creatures, but technically, if I Thoughtsteal, I'm actually doing alright on cards. Maybe he's holding on to 4 Alarmabots up there. He is going to 2-for-1 himself. Play the Cobra. Alright, it's a good thing I saved the Shadow Word Pain, I suppose. Alright, well, I guess technically I might still win this. I'm just grossly behind, but technically I could do it. Sea Giant? I cannot Thought Steal, Shadow Word, and Sea Giant, but if I Sea Giant, the Cobra just kills it. So if I am going to play the Sea Giant, yeah, we're going to play the Sea Giant and Shadow Word, pain the Cobra, so the Sea Giant can actually survive, potentially. He's got 6 cards to my 3, soon to be 4, but I can get ahead a card on Thought Steal. Technically, he cannot kill the Sea Giant. He'd need a buff. This is only 6 power here. He's going to play an Ogre, which is fine. And okay, so now he's just flooding the board, taking advantage of his card advantage and just racing me out, which is totally fair. I don't have any Defenders of Argus to give this taunt. Mass Dispel does absolutely nothing. So, Thought Steal. You've got to be kidding me. Well, that wouldn't really make any sense. Let's just do this. Kill the Ogre. What does he got here? 8, 10 damage. Got 10 damage on the board. 13 health. It's looking a bit grim, but I can actually draw from my own deck twice next turn, 3 times with this Mass Dispel. Oh yeah, look at that Mass Dispel. Getting rid of the Golem and the Taunt, hey? Okay, so he doesn't think he can kill me. He's actually throwing stuff into that Sea Giant, which I'm pretty happy to see. Am I actually going to win this? I was on the brink of conceding, but I actually have a chance. I actually have a non-zero chance. It's just my life total is a bit of an issue. Okay, so Mass Dispel needs to happen. Dark Iron Dwarf, not the most helpful, unfortunately. Novice Engineer to get another card. Okay. So if I kill the Yeti, which of course I will do, he's got 5/7 attack. Can I dare to play a yeah, I'm gonna play Novice Engineer. And then I'm gonna heal myself. I could have healed this up, but that just seemed a little bit risky. For him to only need 2 more damage to kill me. But now with these 2 Novice Engineers, there's a chance one of them will live, although I guess he could clear out my board completely with his minions. He's gonna kill that. Mad Bomber. Oh no. Alright, well, I did get one of my engineers, unfortunately. Oh my god, I might actually win this game. It's not impossible. Alright, so he took a chance. He's, you know, going for the throat. Alright, well, when you're behind, you have to play to your outs. Ooh, interesting, the wolf. So I could play the wolf, kill that, play the soul priest, kill that. He can give it into 3 health. I think it's worth it. I think it's actually worth it.
You're sure?
I mean, he could beat me now. Potentially. But if he doesn't have a way of dealing 3 damage right here, 3 being an important number because that's beyond Holy Nova and Holy Smite's capabilities, like if he doesn't have an Argent Commander or a Wolf Rider or something like that, I have enough board presence that I might be able to actually get control. And he is, in fact, going for control rather than going for the face, which is good, so it suggests he's not very confident. Okay, now... how do we do this? I think Temple Enforcer to buff this thing. And Dark Iron Dwarf to trade that off and swing. You know, I could have put Temple Enforcer on my Raider and then used the Dark Iron Dwarf and then kept the Raider around. That might have been smarter than buffing this thing's health. That was probably a misplay. I think I buffed the wrong card with the Temple Enforcer because I could have had an extra creature on the board still. He's going to Power Word Shield my own minion to draw a card, so he's desperate to be doing that, obviously. He gets one of his own Novice Engineers that I thought stole earlier. Desperation move. I thought stole from him a couple times, didn't get any mind control, so he might be like me and not actually have any. And he's passing the turn. Oh my lord. Okay, now do not play the Farseer and heal yourself because you will burn with that Soul Priest. So I'm going to do this. And because I am up against a Priest whose mass removal capabilities are pretty limited, I'm actually just going to play the Farseer out and burn him. Now, with 3 cards, he could actually kill me on the spot. I mean, it's possible with things like Holy Fire and Holy Smite or whatever, but 6 health is actually somewhat safe. It's like probably safer against a priest than against most other classes. I'm threatening the kill now. I was on the brink of conceding this game because he had such big card advantage, but there were like a couple of moments where he 2-for-1'd himself to kill a big minion of mine. which, you know, is totally fine when you're like in a gross lead like he was. But I guess he did that like too many times, and then he actually fell behind, and I was able to thought steal my way back into it. Wow, I can't believe I won that game. That was... There have been a number of games on this channel where it's not like I thought I had a bad deck and I did well with it, but it was actually like I was in the middle of a game, pretty sure I'd lose, and then it ended up being okay. So I have to make a little bit of a confession here. I have been criticized in the past by some friendly, intelligent viewers for conceding too early, and I've always deflected that by saying that, you know, if your morale is plummeting, you might as well just concede if it's hopelessly lost. But maybe I do err a little bit too heavily on the side of conceding early, because in that game, like, I was just about to concede and I just, like, played a Boulder Fist Ogre and a Power Red Shield for the hell of it. And then I ended up winning. Maybe my opponent could have won if he'd attacked me in the face. That would be a very interesting game to review. Actually, I'll keep that. That would be an interesting game to review to see if my opponent had an opportunity to go for the face more and kill me that way. So here, I have an interesting choice. I could either coin out a 2-drop and go aggressive, or I could just pass on turn 1, play a 2-drop, the Fairy Dragon on turn 2, and then start coining up 4 drops on turn 3. I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to take a gamble, because basically if my opponent just Fire Blasts my face right now, then my play is way better. Because then I play the Fairy Dragon. That'll handle most 3-drops. And then I can play a coin out a 4-drop on turn 3, which is really, really strong. Well, it is not to be, unfortunately. What I'm going to do is make a little bit of a tech play here. I'm going to play the Pyromancer. The reason for that is the Pyromancer is less valuable to me than the Fairy Dragon is, so I'm hoping to trade the Pyromancer for the Ooze rather than the Dragon. There's a risk, of course, which is that this will die to a Frostbolt. Or an Arcane Missile plus hero ability. But I think that was a risk worth taking. I have a choice of really great 4-drops to choose from here. My opponent is going to use a Wolf Rider to kill my Pyromancer, which is just fine by me. Here I think I'm just going to take the most conservative play, which is to play the Coin and Stormwind Knight, just to clear out my opponent's board completely. A more aggressive player might have, for example, played the Twilight Drake there to maximize its size. Although, wait, it's going to be the same size, isn't it? Yeah, it's going to be the same size no matter what. But, you know, it's bigger. I could have, like, killed the Ooze and had a bigger creature remaining on the board.
Someday I'll be just like you.
Sorcerer's Apprentice. Not a problem for me. I'll be happy to trade my Knight in for the Apprentice. My opponent making an interesting choice here. Actually, my opponent made a very interesting choice there. She actually didn't ping this as I expected her to. And the reason for that superficially makes sense. If this thing is going to trade into the Sorcerer's Apprentice, then why ping it? But the problem is that I could actually heal this up and it will kill the Sorcerer's Apprentice and survive. And that is what I will do. Because I have another play here. I can play Fairy Dragon, which is a totally legitimate play. And so now she can ping this off, but I like this because she has to use 2 mana to do it. I like that a lot. Bit of a tech play there. It would have been easy just to trade and play a bigger card like the Twilight Drake, but then I'm, you know, this way I'm less vulnerable to Fireball and Polymorph. Okay, so the Flesh-Eating Ghoul, not super impressive with the Fairy Dragon in play. Does she have a Mirror Image to protect it? It would appear she does not, so yeah. This is looking really good now. Let's play the Twilight Drake, because I don't need the taunt yet. And we're of course going to kill that Flesh-Eating Ghoul. So I have a 4/6. So 5 cards to 5, soon to be 6. I'm the second player, so the card advantage is not really that significant. And yeah, I want this to live. If she kills this, then I'm not ahead enough on cards that I feel comfortable. Oh, this is really perfect. So I could play the Temple Enforcer and just run into it, but what I'd rather do even more is play Ascension. Shadow Word Pain. Fen Creeper is like one of the best creatures in the whole game to hit with Shadow Word Pain. It's a 5-mana creature. It dies to a 2-mana spell. That's just incredibly strong. So now she has 5 cards to my 6. Soon to be 7, but I have an extra creature on the board here, and I've got big stuff to come, the Sea Giant and the Temple Enforcer.
I hear you got a problem.
Ravenholt Assassin, this is a really good illustration of why I'm hesitant about the Ravenholt Assassin. It's just, I mean, not that good here. Yeah, it'll kill this engine, but like, not even. That was a really eloquent speech there. It'll kill this engine, but like, not even. But yeah, when you're behind, it's just such a bad card. Although, if you're playing super aggressive, I think basically the more aggressive your deck is, the better the Ravenholt Assassin becomes. Because the more likely it is that the rest of your cards will put your opponent under severe pressure. and you just need like a way to deal tons of damage to finish them off, this is perfect. It's 7 damage for 7 mana. You have to wait a turn, and taunt interferes, but it's really, really strong as a finisher. That was a really strong move, unfortunately, because it lets her kill my Senjin. And still have 5 mana to spare. There's the fireball that we've been waiting for all game. So now I'm kind of in an unfortunate position. I can play Sea Giant, but if I do, the Ravenhold Assassin will kill it. I could throw the Twilight Drake away to protect the Sea Giant, but then Twilight Drake's not getting full potential. I could kill the Shattered Sun Cleric with my Twilight Drake. I think I'd actually rather do that. So what we're going to do then is we're going to Thought Steal. See what we can do here. Ah, okay. That I will go for. I almost clicked her face. That would have been disastrous. So we cleared out the board, and since I'm ahead on cards, I'm willing to do 1-for-1 trades and clear the board out. I have more cards in my hand than she does, and I have an extra creature here. Plus, this will be good. It'll heal up my Twilight, my Twily. Okay, this thing needs to die. Esperanto. Does she have removal for my Drake? This is a big point in the game, because if she doesn't have removal for the Drake, then my lead becomes kind of astronomical. She does, and she had a Kodo. Okay. Well, here, I think what I want to do, actually, is play the Sea Giant, heal my Twilight Drake just the old-fashioned way, without using the Darkscale Healer, and then kill the Magi to stop the Mage from having spell damage. Now, of course, you can use the hero ability to kill that, but the Sea Giant's pretty good against the Kodo. And then I can use the Darkscale Healer to heal up the Sea Giant, which is just fine. I'm ahead on life, way ahead on cards, ahead on the board. This should be a win. So, I can't remember. There were definitely at least 4 mages, because there was one that there were 2 that played Mana Worms and I beat them. There was one who beat me, and there was one who I beat after that, but I can't remember if there was like another mage before that. I think there was. So I think this is like my goodness. Oh my god. I'm losing count of how many mages I've played. I think it's like my 6th mage, 5th mage, I don't know. Mad Bomber was a pretty good one. It hit my minions, but it didn't hit my Twilight Drake, which is obviously what she was hoping for. Cult Master is annoying, although she gets a card. I'm fine with that because, like, my minion didn't die, so she now does need to kill the minion off. And Sorcerer's Apprentice. Okay. Well, what I can do here, actually, is heal my guy. Oh, hang on. I should really Thought Steal, shouldn't I? Yeah. Should draw cards first. Lord of the Arena and Pyroblast. Well, that's good to know. I can heal it up twice. Now, you might think, well, Boris, why'd you do that? It's at 3 health. It'll still die to the minions. Yes, but it does not die to Pyroblast now, which is what's important. So she's got a pair of 3/2s. I've got an 8/3 and a 4/5. Okay, one of these trades. I have a slightly better creature and the much bigger hand. And even more card draw potential. Pyroblast, probably not the most relevant card. I don't foresee myself being able to deal 8 damage anytime soon. She's going to ping that off, which is fine by me. And go for the face. Interesting choice. I would have killed this myself. Because by killing it, you prevent your opponent from playing Silence. Or, for that matter, for healing it, because I'm a priest and I can do that, you know. Let's play Lord of the Arena. Heal up my guy, because I am a priest. And we'll play this minion just to get it down. So she's in top deck mode. Flame Strike won't save her. She can, one of my creatures will live through Flame Strike. I'm at too high of a health total for her to burn me out. I guess a Flame Strike probably is her best chance of winning, because she can kill off the Lord with Fire Blast, and then, like, let's say, hit me for 8, down to 14, and maybe get close to burning me out. Ah, she's going to enrage that. That's smart. That deserves a well played. So that lets her kill my Lord. She's going to hit me. This is smart. She's playing to her outs. Yeah, she's just playing to her outs, which is to draw... Oh my god, this is a masterclass, by the way, of playing to your outs. So you might think, like, wow, that was crazy, fireballing, like, why not kill the creature? Well, because if she kills the creature, she's going to lose with my card advantage being as huge as it is. What she's doing here, though, is she's saying, well, what's the only possible way that I could conceivably win? The only way that she could conceivably win is if I don't heal myself and she top checks Pyroblast. Now, it so happens I know she has Pyroblast for a fact, so I'm definitely not going to open myself up to that out. Let's just do this, play an Ogre, pass. Now, by the way, I did check. I couldn't win. I only had 6 power on the board, so Pyroblast would have left her at 2 health.
The gates are open.
She has Lord of the Arena, which is just fine. It does mean, unfortunately, that I can't kill her this turn. If I don't draw... Yeah, I can't kill her this turn. I could have finished her off with Pyroblast. What we'll do, I think, is just play the Dwarf. Kill that. I don't need to heal myself. I'm safe from Pyroblast, so I'm going to hit her there. And I'm just going to play out minions. If Pyroblast cost 8 mana, I'd have to heal myself to stop Pyroblast from Hero Blade from finishing me off. But I know she's only got 1 card. 1 card will not deal 11 damage. She's an Ogre Mad Guy. I was hoping she would top deck Pyroblast. That would have been fun. She's gonna ping my face again. So again, the only way she could conceivably win is if I miss the fact that I have the kill. Okay, I'm gonna do it. I know this is a bit dickish, but I think I think that's an exception. I think when you toss still a Pyroblast, you're allowed to use that even if it is extraneous. So anyway, that was a good game. I think I played pretty well. And that was like the 5th or the 6th mage that we've played against, and the 4th or 5th that we've bagged. And we're up to 10 wins. Pretty sweet for a comeback tour. Yes, that's right. I was going to name this arena the comeback tour. Right, yeah, we'll do that. The comeback tour of like endless mages, that's actually probably too long of a title. I'll just do comeback tour. Not the most hilarious or creative of my titles, for sure. So what I find is that for 10 wins, the gold prize reward pretty much typically sucks. Most of the ones I've gotten recently were like 175 or something lame. I did get like 375 once, but that was, I've learned, the exception, not the rule. So if we really want to get big money, you got to get up to 11 or 12. Sige Fuckern something, the Druid. Not the greatest opening hand. I've definitely had better opening hands in this run, but Holy Smite at least is nice in case he plays a 3-2. Oh god, this is not good at all. So I have a card draw on turn 3, which doesn't immediately do anything, and then this on turn 4, which is a 4-4 for 4, because I don't have any minions on the board when I play this. This is not a good opening hand. But, you know, I made it to 10 wins, so we'll say that I've had enough luck that it's fine. Okay, well that doesn't help me at all. I just need to hope my opponent has a really slow start. Or coins into a 3-2. Uses his coin, lets me Holy Smite it, and then I can, you know, pass the second turn and hopefully top deck a 3-drop or something? I mean, hopefully he passes the turn here and I top deck a 2-drop. Direwolf Alpha I've seen like almost never, and I continue to see it never. Gonna mana heal my opponent, pass the turn. Yeah, these 4-drops
Thank you.
are a bit unfortunate here.
Shields up.
That does not die to Holy Smite. Well, I don't want to do it, but I have to Thought Steal here. Druid of the Claw and Claw. Claw, like Holy Smite, does not kill this 2-3, unfortunately. But at least I can play the Stormwind Knight next turn, so maybe it'll kill something. Very unlikely, though. Like, pitiably unlikely. Oh, the Panther, okay. So, that does not die to Holy Smite because it's in stealth mode. This comes, like, obviously too late. Okay, we'll do this and smack. The idea being that maybe later I can finish that off with a Holy Smite. And then it trades with the Panther anyway. I could also Stormpike Commando to finish this off. That might be smarter. Ah, Wrath. Well, that's unfortunate. But if he attacks with the Panther, at least I can shoot it dead with the Stormpike Commando. Stormpike Commando will die, though, to the Sunfury Protector here. Tough call here. What do you do? I mean, I want to play Druid of the Claw, but then I don't have enough mana for removal. Maybe the correct play is to do this weird thing, to play the Dark Iron Dwarf and Holy Smite this Panther. Dark Iron Dwarf might actually survive. I don't know if this is the right move or not, but I think that's actually technically the right play, because it gives me a chance at keeping something on the board. If I had Stormpike Commandoed, yes, I would have card advantage, because this would take out 2 cards, but I would lose board advantage, and I think that the board advantage was better than the card advantage in this particular case. Cards are not my problem. My problem is staying afloat enough on the board to actually play the really good cards that I do have. Like, if I can play a Boulder Fist Ogre next turn, I totally want to do that. That is actually awesome. I'm really delighted to see that, because I can kill this thing still with my Dark Iron Dwarf, and this is exactly the opening that I needed to be able to play it. No! Don't innervate! No! Oh, coin. Well, no, don't coin either, you ass butt. Argent Squire. Oh, that's actually really annoying. God darn it. Well, fuck. Anyway, could be worse. Could be worse. So, I can't shoot anything dead with the Storm Pike, but... And I also can't kill anything with this Claw, but I could actually Storm Pike and Claw to kill, like, the Sunfury Protector. Just drew Shadowbird Pain. I could just bypass all this Divine Shield nonsense. I'm going to trust my instincts. We're going to go ahead and just do this. 4-6 taunt's pretty good. And just kill that thing. I'm actually relatively safe against swipe. Relatively. He need to, like, swipe this, and then run in with the healer, and then pop Divine Shield. Oh, does he seriously have a Dark Iron Dwarf? No, Shattered Sun Cleric. Okay, so he looks like he's going to use this plus either the Divine Shield or Shapeshift to kill my Druid. The Claw is going to go for the Shapeshift. That means the Dark Iron Dwarf should survive, which is good news. Means I can finally use the Stormpike Commando here. Okay. I can't... can I? No, I can't play Boulder Fist Ogre. We've got to clear this stuff out. So what I'm going to do here is heal this up. And kill the Shattered Sun Cleric with it. So now the Divine Shield can kill it, or Shapeshift can kill it, or Swipe will clear my board, of course, but Swipe will be more than half of his mana, and I feel like here it's okay to open myself up to Swipe while I'm trying to fight for the board. Ancient of War is not what I wanted to see. Shadow Word Pain does not kill that. Shadow Word Death is what I need for that. Shattered Sun Cleric doesn't really help at all. Crap. Okay. Let's do this. And that. Do I run that in? Yeah, I'm gonna run it in. So the reason I'm running that in is that otherwise the Squire plus Shapeshift could have killed that 4-2, and then I wouldn't have put 4 damage on the Ancient of War, which I really need to do, I think, to maximize my odds of killing it. Here's where I wish I had taken one of those mind controls, that is for sure. That's not what I wanted to see, but my Sea Giant still does kill it, at least. Problem is I can't deal with the Stormwind Champion. I don't know why he said that was a mistake. He did need that buff to be able to kill the Sea Giant. Anyway, let's see. Can I deal 4 more damage to this? 1, 2, 3. I can't kill that. Yeah. Okay, well, let's go ahead and then play Twily. Let's also... You know what? I'm going to actually play a Shattered Sun Cleric here. Protect my Twilight Drake from just dying automatically to the Stormwind Champion. And I'm going to heal myself, actually, because I am getting a little low. At 18, getting hit for 6 with Demi-Town, take me down to 12. I'm getting into burn territory here. Let's make it a little bit more difficult for him than that to just kill me. Shadow Word Pain is shockingly bad right now. Hopefully he'll give me something. Oh, the Violet Teacher. No! The Stormwind Champion stops it from dying to Shadow Word Pain. That's tragic. Well, hopefully I can 2-for-1 into the Stormwind Champion and then play Shadow Word Pain on the Violet Teacher, because the Violet Teacher is a very, very good target for Shadow Word Pain. So no spells from him just yet. Please pass the turn. Please pass the turn. Please just Shapeshift and use your Stormwind Champion to kill Twilight Drake. Come on. Don't, Oh, yeah, this should be fine. That should be what he does, unless he has something better in these 3 cards. If we see the Stormwind, nope! Ah, he's got something better. No, thank good, he's got it. Yes, he's gonna Shapeshift, he's just gonna Shapeshift. Come on, buddy. You can do it! Yes! Yes, oh, thank God. Okay. So Twilight Drake was enough of a distraction. I can kill this Stormwind Champion, Shadow Word Pain on the Violet Teacher. And then I might actually be able to pull this game off, which is a miracle. Sea Giant, well, it's even better than Boulder Fist Ogre. Can I play this Sea Giant and Shadow Word Pain? I can, and I will. Gotta do your order carefully here. So first, you play the Sea Giant. Then...
Push forward.
You kill the Stormwind Champion. Shadow Word Pain on the Violet Teacher. Note that I used the 3-2 to kill the Stormwind champion, because that way, when I killed this Loot Hoarder, my guy actually survives. Now, he does get a card, and he can shapeshift to finish it, but hey, that's something that he has to do. A half-dead creature is better than an already dead creature. Wow, he's got 2 Ancients of War. That was a pretty good draft for this druid here. Chooses to play a Fairy Dragon rather than shapeshift to kill that. I think it's a mistake. I think it's a mistake because I need 2 damage to kill this Ancient of War after my Sea Giant hits it. Maybe he was thinking, oh, well, the Divine Shield would pop against it, but I mean... Yeah, I think he messed up, because now I can use the Divine Shield to actually kill the Fairy Dragon that he played. I think he should have just killed my thing. So we will play the Farseer to heal up the Sea Giant, and I will play the Boulder Fist Ogre. So now my opponent's in some pretty bad trouble. I have as many creatures on the board as he has cards in his hand, and these creatures are good, and Druids are especially bad at dealing with a board like this, where there's like 2 giant cards on it. Unless he has a double swipe, he's in trouble. And actually, even double swipe doesn't really... Yeah, even double swipe doesn't clear my board, which is amazing. Like, double swipe doesn't clear out anything, practically. He can kill 2 of my 4 creatures with a double swipe. That is pretty awesome. So he's in a lot of trouble. That is a 3rd Ancient of War, or am I flipping a Leok? That is so ridiculous. Okay, whatever. I'm not even. Okay, let's go ahead and, okay, you know what? For once in my freaking life, let's actually put the buff on the right card. I'm gonna buff that guy. The reason being, we can do this, and this, and I can kill this Panther and live to tell about it. I'm gonna heal up my Sea Giant, so it doesn't die to swipe, and we're gonna swing at him. Okay, so now a double swipe would let him clear out. Well, actually, no. He could like swipe this, and then the Ogre would die. So yeah, 2 swipes would kill off 3 of my creatures, but I'd still have a 6/6, and he'd have only 1 card left. Starfire is absolutely not what he needs right now. Unless he has a swipe. Does he have? Oh, he has a swipe. Okay. Well, the problem with that plan of his, I mean, not that he had anything better necessarily, is that the Ogre with its clutch 2 health actually survives. So everything's at like good health here. Okay, we're gonna heal up the Ogre, obviously. Play Violet Teacher. Swing. 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 Okay, he's in a bit of trouble. I could have made Claw to hit him for 2 and get a Violet Student, but that seemed a little bit aggressive. If he has 2 swipes, okay, now 2 swipes will clear my board out, and then he might actually win the game. So yeah, that's possible. He's got an out here, theoretically anyway.
What to do?
But this guy totally played 3 Ancients of War. Like, am I flipping Leok's people, or did he play 3 Ancients of War? I think he played 3 Ancients of War. He's going to Nourish, so actually the card situation's a bit dire. I've got 3 really, really close to dead creatures, and he's got a lot of cards in his hand. If he can actually somehow bail himself out, I might be in trouble. Okay, well, this is exactly what he needed, because it's stopping me from killing him, and it's going to take at least 2 attacks for me to clear that thing out of the way. Can I get a Mass Dispel here? Nope. Well, that's actually just about as good. So we're going to go ahead and do, well, there's actually no way to avoid wasting damage. So we'll do this. So annoying. Wait, what am I doing? What? Whoa, I almost missed the win. Because he never shapeshifted. I thought he would. So I'm going to Claw to finish that off. And these guys actually do deal 6 damage. So yeah, that's the win. Wow, alright, that was a good game. Very back and forth. Very tense. I'm going to give myself some credit, though, for making some pretty good technical plays. This is one of the things I'm talking about, is that when people complain that they play well but they lose because of bad luck, a lot of times, like, the little technical plays, like, for example, when I played Dark Iron Dwarf and Holy Smited, rather than just playing a Stormpike Commando on turn 5, like, little things like that can totally decide the outcome of a game. So if you don't give yourself those opportunities to stay in it, then you will lose some games, and you won't even realize it necessarily. Well, we're at 11-1, which is pretty exciting, so we're going to have 2 chances to get to 12. That will be, I think, my 2nd time reaching 12 wins with Priest, and the Priest's domination in my statistics of extreme consistency continues. Let me take a look at the stats. It's like really crazy. It's something like, out of 23 games, I think like 19 have gone to 6 or more with Priest. I don't know what it is about the Priest that makes me so consistent with it, but it's a pretty good class for Papa Boris. That is for sure. Up against a hunter. Haven't seen one of those in a while. Yeah, 19 of my 23 runs with Priest have made it to at least 6, and so now that's going to be 20 of my 24, which is kind of awesome. This is not the opening hand I want. Don't mind being a hunter against a Priest. I'm not probably going to be blood flooding the board with minions, and my hero ability kind of is better than his. I can either cancel his steady shots or do something else, and it's my choice, which is really strong. Now, unfortunately, I'm first, which means I cannot play these 3 drops, and more unfortunately, he has a pretty fast start. This is not the most intimidating creature to play on turn 1, but... oh, I drew a Holy Smite as well. That's pretty sweet. Definitely that is worth doing. Interesting that he coined out the Wolf. That kind of implies he doesn't have another 2-drop, because if he had another one, he would have made that one first, played the Wolf on turn 2, and buffed it and attacked with it. So this is a card he was holding on to from before. Yeah, that was... I kind of question his play, actually, to be totally honest with you. I don't think he played that correctly. I think that he should have just passed on turn 1. Because when if he didn't have a 2-drop in his hand, there's no point in playing out a Wolf. It's just like 2 extra damage, basically. 4 extra damage, because the Wolf attacks and the steady shot. Swamp Ooze, I couldn't really care less about. I'm very happy I played the Farseer rather than the Cobra, because I don't want the Cobra dying to this stupid Ooze. No reason to play the Dark Iron Dwarf, so we'll play the Violet Teacher, even though I don't have any spells. The 3/5 is a pretty good body. Might need to play Dark Iron Dwarf and have this kill a Yeti, depending on what happens. Any deadly shots, or like kill commands or something, this Violet Teacher, I will just play Dark Iron Dwarf as a 4/4 for 4. It's not the end of the world. Argent Squire is really annoying because can't kill it. Oh, that's even more annoying. Oh, okay. Well, let's see here. I can only play 1 minion, so I might as well play the one that also allows me to heal. So I'm trying to... multi-shot will let him kill my board, unfortunately, because the Argent Squire will finish off the Violet Teacher, but at least then I'll play the Boulder Fist Ogre, and multi-shot will be his whole turn. Then if he plays Deadly Shot, I'll probably lose the game, but I mean, I'm doing the best I can, I think, with what's available to me. Unleash the Hounds is not too effective here. He wouldn't have enough damage to kill the Violet Teacher. Well, he's got Unleash the Hounds. Does he have a Timberwolf or a Direwolf Alpha or something to buff them up? He's a Deadly Shot. Well, that's just about as good, I suppose. Okay, so I see what he did. He just did that for basically board presence, which is fine because I don't have any Holy Novas. Oh my god, I'd love to have a spell here so I could play Wild Pyromancer. And then a spell and kill off those Hounds. We'll play the Ogre instead. Another Deadly Shot will kill it. But at this point in Hearthstone, I've just decided you cannot play around Hearthstone removal. You just can't. There's always something they could have. Either it's Unleash the Hounds if you have a bunch of minions, Deadly Shot if you just have 1, Multi-Shot if you have a couple, Explosive Trap if you have a bunch. Like, there's just always something they could play. It never works out in your favor. I still don't have any spells to combo this Wild Pyromancer with. That's extremely irritating. What I will do then is I will just play the Dark Iron Dwarf. This does mean I'm not playing the Sea Giant, but I think it's actually worth it to just kill that thing. And then heal up my Ogre, making it difficult for him to take the Ogre down. 24 health is pretty much all the health in the world as far as I care. Multi-shot would be good. It would kill this, damage this, let him trade a Hound in for it. He probably wants to use the Argent Squire. And this Argent Squire was so good. Even though it wasn't played on turn 1, it was just so amazing. It got buffed by the Shattered Sun Cleric, killed something. Okay. Is he going to use the Argent Squire and a Hound to kill my Ogre? I can't imagine that he wouldn't. He's going to play a secret. Oh, gosh. What's the best secret? I don't actually know what the best secret is for him right now. Probably Freezing Trap, I would assume. So... yeah, I think Freezing Trap's the best secret for him to have right now. Always assume hunters have the best secret. So what I'm going to do is... I mean, I should check for it before I play the Sea Giant, but if I play the Sea Giant, if I check for it first and it is Freezing Trap, the Sea Giant will cost 1 more mana. Okay, we're going to play... oh, Ascension is dumb. It just dies to the Tiger. That's not really any good. tough situation. Okay, I'm going to gamble that it's not an explosive trap. We're going to play the Wild Pyromancer. Oh, it's a snipe. I did not see that coming. Well, now I can't play Sea Giant because it dies. Okay, that was probably dumb, but we at least get to kill the Hound. And I suppose there's no point in healing this. I suppose I'll play the... Well, I suppose I'll play the Senjin and heal myself. That was dumb. I probably should have just played the Sea Giant there, given that it was a snipe. But I really just didn't think it was a snipe. It just seemed like snipe was such a bad trap in that situation. I didn't consider it. Svanahymane makes me want Mass Dispel to show up, amazingly. I mean, this is just such a good card to silence that I don't even care if Mass Dispel sucks. It looks like I'm going to be 2-for-1ing against this tiger. I'm going to have to throw my dwarf into it, which sucks. A lot of dongs. But I just don't see what else to do unless I get a good card, which I didn't because Shadow Word Pain is not the right Shadow Word. Okay, here I cannot play these two. I can, however, play these two, which I will do. Do that. It's a tense game. I mean, it's 4 cards to 4 cards, but this Svanahymane has a huge presence on the board. So he only needs like one instance of the correct Hunter removal spell, and then he will run away with it. That's the thing about Hunters, is they have so many different removal spells. It's hard to have the right one at the right time. They're kind of like mages, honestly, where they always could have an out. They just don't necessarily actually do. Well, he's thinking, so hopefully he's got at least a tough decision. Shadow Word Pain might not see any use in this game. Luckily, I managed to keep my health total pretty high, so I'm not at risk of being burned out, which is a plus. Okay, he chooses to use the Svanahymane to kill the Cobra. Perhaps he has a bigger drop that he doesn't want dying to the Cobra. No, he just has a deadly shot, so that's 3 mana to kill an 8/8, you know, like it do, and a secret. Ah, Blood Knight. Well, okay, that's a good target for Shadow Word, I guess. So he's played out his whole hand. Let's see if this is a snipe again. Nope, not this time. Let's do that. And do I play the wolf just to have it die to a hyena? Yeah, I think I do. It sucks, but... And he's definitely in the lead right now, but I feel like I have to take my chances. Alright, Animal Companion, this is a lot of... Pretty much all of them are bad. That one's... I guess it's a good thing this thing has 5 health. So basically, our boards trade right now is what happens. He can use the hyena plus the pig to kill that, and then the hyena to kill the wolf. So we're in a top deck war, which is very even, I would say. I have the first top deck, but he has a secret, and that could really hurt. Oh, he chooses not to clear the board, so he's getting a little bit cheeky. I don't think I agree with that play, to be quite honest. I just don't think I agree with it. So I'm pretty sure now it is a freezing trap, but we'll check it anyway. It's not even a freezing trap. I don't even know. So it must be an explosive trap, I guess? But I think that was a pretty horrific error on his part. My health total is too high for him to burn me out, is the problem. Unless he's like playing into King Crush or something like that. He just like, instead of having the board get cleared, it like got dominated by my stuff. And so now then he put himself at the mercy of his top deck. This, by the way, was a really terrible top deck. Just thought I'd comment on that. Luckily, he also got a terrible top deck. The hyena's just horrifically bad here. As long as I don't, sorry, the scavenging, oh yeah, that is a hyena. As long as I don't kill the regular hyena before I kill the scavenging one, I'm fine. So yeah, I think there was another game earlier where someone had like a 5/3. It was a druid that had a 5/3 against my 2/3, and he chose to attack me in the face. And then I buffed my 2/3, killed it, and I won the game, I believe. And I think I would have lost if my opponent had killed my minions. I think this is another case where my opponent prematurely started to attack me. Now he makes a pretty clever play. He gives up the hyena himself to have the scavenging hyena be bigger, which is a clever move, I will grant. However, I don't particularly mind. We're just going to go ahead and heal up my Darkscale Healer and check for the explosive trap that this almost certainly is. Yep, it's fine. So check for explosive trap, then play your creature. Now I'm in a huge lead. King Crush won't kill me because that would be all of his mana. He won't have enough left over for a steady shot. Although I guess if he does have a King Crush, he probably will win, because he'll hit me down to 3, and I can't kill King Crush with only 7 damage on the board. But he's got a steady shot and nothing. Alright, now he's in trouble. So I am actually not going to play that Soul Priest, because I want to be able to keep healing myself. Well, you know what? 11 health. Yeah, I'm going to hang on to that. I think the ability to heal myself is more important than the body on the board and the ability to burn his things. If he plays something I desperately need to burn, then I'll play it. Mana's not really an issue. Deadly Shot hit my weaker minion, so I won the coin flip there. Twilight Drake. I will play that. That's fine. I think it's correct to play that rather than to hold out for it to get better. Multi-shot is fine because this Divine Shield. Deadly Shot's fine because I've got 2 minions. Unleash the Hounds is fine because he can't kill me with them. This is looking pretty good. Although I would like to draw one of my Temple Enforcers, a Boulder Fist Ogre, or a Sea Giant to really seal the deal here. That is immaterial. And that is also immaterial. So now he's in full-on top deck mode. Okay. Man. So do I play the Soul Priest? If he top decks King Crush, he'll get me down to 1 health. And then I will probably lose because I'll have to heal myself. Yeah. I mean, do I really want to play around King Crush? You know what? Let's just actually play it safe. I'm going to do this, and this, and heal up. You might say that I'm playing too conservatively, but I know that there are big cards in my deck that I will top deck. So I know that big draws are coming. I just don't see any reason to open myself up to any sort of outs that he might play against me. So our cure abilities are just canceling each other out. And I feel like my deck is better in a top deck war than his deck. I'm going to play a Dark Iron Dwarf, which is not important. It is actually kind of hard to kill, I suppose. Ah, Thought Steal, that's nice. So let's draw some cards. Charging Rhino and Torn Warrior. And I will keep healing myself to stay above that magic 8 mark. Do I have any beasts? I actually don't think I have any beasts in this deck except for my Direwolf Alpha, so this is probably not a useful ability. He drew a dead card, which is just fine by me. There's our Ogre friend. So I will play the Tauren Warrior rather than the Ogre here, just because I do have a lot of minions on the board, and I want to work around Unleash the Hounds, but I think maybe now I'll play the Priest. So okay, so now I'm threatening the kill. In case of Unleash the Hounds, I have the Tauren Warrior. If he has Unleash the Hounds and a removal card, then he doesn't have anything else, and the Hounds will not kill me. So I should be in good shape. He tracked. Could still play King Crush, but there's a Taunter in the way. I like how I've been talking this whole time as though he has King Crush for sure in his deck. Obviously the odds of that are very low. Haven't actually run up against that many legendaries in this run. There was a recent run a while back where I ran into legendary after legendary, but here it was just Malygos in that Druid game, whom I beat, by the way. And then no legendaries after that. But anyway, it doesn't matter because we win. We make it to 12 wins. This deck had no legendaries. It did have 2 Sea Giants, which are like the best epics, all-around epic in the game, I think. And that's it. So wow, thank you so much for joining me on my comeback tour and watching me get up to 12 wins. Let's go ahead. And if you want to stick around, we'll take a look at our prizes. Golden Lightwell, Golden Mirror Entity, and 20 dust. 230, I'm going to call this a pretty lame reward. That was like 150, 170 dust, and 230 gold. I wouldn't have minded getting a little bit more gold than that. But anyway, let's go ahead and take a look. Oh, I didn't open my pack. Wow, it's been too long, people. It's been too long. I forgot to open the pack. Okay, what do we have in here? Nothing special, which is fine. Every pack that gives me 40 dust gets me 40 dust closer to having like 32,000 dust or whatever else I need to craft all my stuff. So Mirror Entity, I don't need to keep that. It's 50 dust. I did make some pretty good dust jewel progress. I have 2 regular Lightwells, so 100 dust. Fine there. So about Halfway there to 17,000. Gold Shadow Word Pain. Cool. And let's take a sneak peek at our next arena. It's been so long since I've played that I'm not even that concerned about balance of videos anymore. We'll just play whatever's fun. So Warlock, Warrior, Rogue. Maybe I'll play Warrior. That's a fun, good class. We'll see. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next time.